Check. I don't know. Check. Check. Just have to roll with it.
Check 1, 2.
We're okay, but something's happened, and when we flip to where we're on air, we can hardly hear each other in the headphones, and it's usually loud and clear, so I don't know what could have caused that, but it's unusual, but we might have to roll with it.
Go ahead and put your levels back as they were.
Okay.
Was it FX levels?
And we are back here live at Chris Center Stadium, and it looks like we've got our headphone issues taken care of. You probably wouldn't have heard that over the radio or on the video broadcast, but there was a setting that we had adjusted a little bit. We couldn't hear each other, so like I say, it was a little bit confusing there, but it looks like we've got it worked out, and we are just about ready to go. Nothing like some live radio.
Right, I don't even know how it happened.
I have no idea.
Here we are, and I can hear you loud and clear now.
But it's magically occurred that it's back in the way it's supposed to be, and so we'll take it and hope it stays that way.
And Matt, before we cut away from the break, we were talking about these coaches, and I know we've got the captains and they're about to take the field, but I mean, how many schools can have two head coaches in the number of years that Tommy Atha and Jerry Sharp before him were on the sidelines? That's nuts.
It is crazy, and you just don't see that happen. Really, you certainly don't. Well, let's talk a little keys to the game. As you mentioned, we've got the captains about to enter the field in just a couple of moments. We'll give you their names and numbers coming up in just a couple of moments, but we will go ahead and let you know our keys to the game. I think one of the things you've touched on is forcing turnovers. The Tigers, they never back down from a challenge. They're always ready to present challenges for the opposing team. They have to be disruptive in the backfield, and if they can force the Braves to be out of rhythm, force some turnovers, that can really help the cause tonight.
Well, let's roll back the clock a year ago between these two teams. It was turnovers that were the Achilles heel of the Darlington Tigers in that very close loss. If they can flip the script there and win the turnover battle, that's going to give them an opportunity to get the upset.
No question about it. Also, keeping the Braves from establishing their run game. The Braves have big, powerful linemen, as we've talked about throughout the broadcast so far. They've got some solid runners. The Tigers have got to fight hard in the trenches to prevent opportunities from opening for the Braves' speed.
And that's true, but I also think that sometimes your best defense is a good offense. If they can possess the ball and establish the running game on the offensive side of the ball, keep that Heard County offense off the field, I think it'll benefit them greatly in being able to get more stops throughout this game.
Well, here come the captains here for both teams. We'll go ahead and give you the names of the guys that are going to be out there for your Darlington Tigers as we get ready for kickoff to happen in about 3 minutes. And as soon as everybody gets turned around and we can see their numbers, we'll let you know who they are. We've got number 11, Jack Payne, who'll be your starting quarterback tonight. Will Bagby is also one of your wide receivers. He will be one of the captains tonight. You've got Cam Pettit, and then also number 50, Christian McClooney. So that's your four for Darlington. Across the field on the visiting side for the visiting Heard County Braves, you're going to have number 55. That's going to be A.J. Rogers. Number 6, Jonathan Eccles. Number 56, it looks like, Jackson Akins. And then the final captain here tonight is the starting quarterback for Heard County, and that's going to be Maurice Finch, and we got to look at him last year.
Yeah, absolutely. He had an outstanding game. Delivered a pass to Chief Borders, who's now a Florida Gator, for the first down that clinched that victory for the Braves. So I'm sure Finch has only improved during the offseason, so he's going to be a player to watch on the other side of the ball.
So the captains have met at midfield here with the officials, and we're about to have the coin toss. It is an absolutely gorgeous night for football. We've been very fortunate the last couple of weeks in terms of the weather. I mean, last weekend when we were up up at St. Francis in Milton, Georgia. By the time the game was over, we were low 60s, and it just felt like a fall night outside. But right now it's about 80 degrees. According to my app, it feels like 79 with the real feel. And of course, we've got pretty much just blue skies here, so it's going to be a perfect evening for a football game. It looks like the Darlington Tigers won the toss and have deferred to the second half, if I caught that correctly.
Going to let defense set the tone. And Matt, one thing I'm having to adjust to right now is we've got a packed house here at Darlington. The student section is back over in the main stands.
Okay, so maybe I got that. No, I think they did defer. I believe that is correct. Yep, that is going to be the case. So Darlington's going to kick it off to Heard County, and we're just about ready to go. And you're right, there is a big crowd that's going to be on hand for this one, and they are filing in here as we get ready for kickoff. And so both teams getting ready to make their grand entrance. We're going to step out for a quick 1-minute break. Then it's time for kickoff here at Chris Hunter Stadium at the Lakeside. Jerry Sharp Field's the place to be tonight. We'll be back in 1 minute. That hat. All right, folks, it is go time here from Chris Hunter Stadium. We're about ready to get rocking and rolling. 12 minutes on the clock. The Darlington Tigers have their team out on the field, or they're about to take the field, I should say. The Heard County Braves are lined up, ready to attempt to return this kickoff. They're going to have a couple of men back. It looks like number 5, David Inamoto, is going to be one of those men. He's on the far side if you're listening on the radio. And then here on the near side, you're going to have number 18. That's going to be Quay Nelson. And for the Darlington Tigers, kicking off this game is going to be Hendricks Jones, who has done a fantastic job so far this season. So we are just about set to go here from Darlington High School. Welcome in. It is game 3 of the season. Darlington's 1-1 coming into the game. Big challenge ahead tonight. They look fired up and ready to roll. Very enthusiastic coming out onto the field. A lot of energy here tonight. And again, a beautiful night for a football game. Let's get this things going. It's time to lock horns here.
Hey, toes about to meet leather.
Indeed it is. So here we go, folks. And actually, it looks like Cordero is going to kick it off here for the Darlington Tigers. It's bobbled around. It's on the turf, picked up by number 18. And again, that's Nelson. He'll bring it out. He has got some serious speed. Stays up. He's also pretty elusive. And he gets out to about the 35-yard line before they haul him in.
I tell you what, every now and then on the returns, Matt, when the ball gets bobbled around, it actually benefits the return team. That allowed him some space to get upfield. Looked like he might break that one all the way for just a minute, but Darlington was able to wrangle him at the 38-yard line, and that's where the Braves will start their first possession. So the Braves come back to the line of scrimmage again. We mentioned earlier that their quarterback is Maurice Finch. Not a real tall kid. He's about 180. He's got a good arm. He's also a run threat as well, so he's a dual threat guy. You got to watch him. They're going to line up under center here to start this play. 2 wide receivers on the far side. They're working from right to left. Heard County takes the snap. Finch is going to hand it off. He's going to run to the near side, and that's in the hands of Antoine Carter, and that's a name that we're going to hear a lot tonight. Great pursuit there by the Darlington defense. Carter didn't get much going off left tackle there, so a nice start from the Darlington Tigers.
So a run to start the game here for Heard County. Let's see what they'll dial up here for 2nd and 8. The ball is near the 41-yard line with Heard County everybody on their side of the field. Again, the drive started off at the 35-yard line, so we are just underway. This time Finch is going to roll back into a shotgun formation, kind of a pistol look, and it looks like we're going to have an encroachment on the defense.
I believe that was false start on the offense.
Okay.
Matt, the left tackle, number 56, Jackson Akins, he came out of his stance early, so that's going to back up the Braves 5 yards. Set up, what, a 2nd and 13, I believe.
Indeed it does. So 2nd and 13 from the 36-yard line, where Heard County goes back to the line of scrimmage, and the first penalty of this young football game. We've got 11:14 left. Here, obviously, no scores. This is the first possession of the football game. Shotgun formation. Finch takes the snap, and he drops back into the pocket, puts a good ball in the air, and he's able to connect with a wide receiver. He's brought down maybe just a little bit shy of the first down, but that was a nice grab by Jonathan Eccles and a nice pass from Finch.
Yeah, it's going to depend on the spot, but it looks short.
About half a yard, maybe.
Yeah, not much.
Not even quite that.
Yeah, that was a nice-looking pass from Finch in rhythm, 3-step drop, and he fired and found his very tall target there in Jonathan Eccles. That guy is going to be tough to defend.
Well, Finch is a senior. He was their starting quarterback last year, because we got to look at him, so he's got some experience. There's the snap. They're going to hand it off, run to the right side this time, and he's got some space running down the sidelines. It's going to be Antoine Carter. They'll haul him out of bounds about the 30. That's a good pickup for Heard County.
Just run off tackle there to the right side of the field, and Carter was able to find a crease, and he hit it hard and picked up a lot of yards. So
we've already seen them flash their size and speed, and they've got a pretty good drive going. So the Darlington Tigers are going to have a lot of work to do on the defensive side of the ball in this game. This is a good football team.
And no doubt about it. Anytime you got a senior quarterback there with as much experience as Finch has, it's an asset.
I formation, quarterback under center. One wide receiver to the near side. There's a snap. Quarterback's going to hand it off. They're going to number 13 this time. Isaiah O'Neal spins around and gets stopped, but he's able to pick up 7 or 8 yards on that first down play.
He's a lean, tall guy to get the ball in the backfield, but he made a nice spin move there and was tripped up. Had he not been, he may have danced all the way to the end zone, Matt.
So Heard County getting ready to go back to the line of scrimmage with 2nd down and 2. They've got the ball on the Tiger side of the field on the 24-yard line, so threatening early here on the first possession of the game. I formation, everybody in tight. There's the snap. Quarterback is going to hand it off. They go towards the right side. Great pursuit on defense, Ian, by the Tigers to make sure to seal that edge and grab him in the backfield.
Yeah, and I didn't catch the number there, Matt.
I think
number 28.
Looking for him.
Perhaps, yeah, Joel Lauenberg.
Yep.
Yeah, nice tackle.
And, we've called his name a lot the first couple of games of the season. He's doing a great job, and one thing to remember about him, Ian, he's a freshman.
Really?
Yeah,
that's an outstanding tackle. Outstanding. Actually, a loss of a couple of yards there.
So Heard County back to the line of scrimmage with 3rd and 4, ball on the 26 on Darlington side of the field. Here's the snap to Finch. He's going to hand it off. They go back to big, tall number 13, Isaiah O'Neal, and the defense gets a stop here on 3rd down.
Yeah, what a great rally there by the Darlington defense. Big tackle by Lauenberg to set up the 3rd and 4, and then they stuff the run on 4th down. Now, this is no man's land. I don't know what kind of kicker Heard County has, but it looks like they're going to stay on the field and go for it here on 4th and 4.
So the the Braves will make a couple of substitutions, come back to the line of scrimmage with 4th down and 4, going for it with the ball on the 26-yard line in Tiger territory. And they will line up in their pistol formation, 2 wide on the far side. Here's the snap. Quarterback's running that way, and he is going to dive forward. The sticks are on the ground. He goes out of bounds. I think it might have been short.
It looks, from over here, he looks like he was a good yard short, if not more. So Darlington just got a big 4th down stop. Let's see. Yeah, absolutely.
Over on downs.
How about it? So Heard County looked like they had things rolling downhill, but the Darlington defense rose up and stuffed them on 3 consecutive plays to stall that drive out and get the offense on the field.
That was fantastic. So Darlington is going to take over on their own 24-yard line with 8:28. We're still scoreless here from Chris Hunter Stadium. So the Tigers are going to line up with quarterback starting Jack Payne for his 3rd game in a row. And really, he really started clicking in that last game. It's going to be interesting to see how they come out out. There's a snap. Cordero in the backfield. They go to him. He gets tripped up immediately by the physicality of this Heard County defense.
Yeah, these boys are girthy. Let's just
They
put it
are.
that way. They are thick in the middle, and that time Cordero didn't have any room to get operating as the Darlington Tigers lose a yard on their first offensive snap.
So Cordero is going to be dropped for a loss of about 2. So they're calling it 2nd down and 11 from the 23. Darlington with the football, trying to come up with some yards here on 2nd down. They're going to line up in a pistol formation. There's the snap to Payne. He's going to fake, rolls to his right, puts it in the air, connects with the wide receiver. He's on the run. Fantastic catch and a first down. That was Eli Thompson. He's at midfield. What a great play. Nice throw and a nice catch.
Yeah, play action there. Payne rolls out to his right, and he has his receiver wide open, delivers a strike, and that was a great play on 2nd down and 11 from the Darlington Tigers.
That was about a 24-yard play. Pistol formation, 2 wide on each side of the formation. Here on the near side, you're going to have Charlie Jones lining up in the slot. There's the snap. They're going to hand it off, run around the right side. We may see a flag come
Should have
in.
been a face mask.
Bowden Owens was the ball carrier. Not much there, but we didn't see any laundry on the field, I don't believe.
No, the official wasn't in a position to see that, I don't think. We were clear face mask from our angle, but I looked down there to see while there wasn't a flag, and that's just, the officials just weren't in the right spot to see it, but Bowden Owens made the best of that carry. So not much room to work with.
Indeed, and that brings up 2nd and 9 in with the ball on the 49-yard line as the Tigers threaten to move it into Braves territory. There's the snap, dropping back is Payne. He's looking to put it in the air and finds an open receiver. That's going to be Thompson here on the near sidelines. Maybe short of the first down, but that was another nice play by the Tigers offense.
I tell you what, and Thompson went out on a wheel, what looked like a wheel route there, but then it was a comeback and just a strike from Jack Payne. He has come out of the gates hot.
So pistol formation, 2 wide on each side. There's the snap. They're going to run it up the middle. It looks like they went back to Cordero, maybe got a yard or 2. Not a whole lot of room to run there.
No. Right now, Heard County is winning the battle up front when Darlington tries to run between the tackles. They've got to do it to keep the defense honest here. And now Darlington is in a position to make a decision, and their offense looks like they're going to stay on the field for this 4th and 1 attempt.
Ball's on the 43-yard line. As you mentioned, 4th and 1 here for the Darlington Tigers. Cordero comes off the field. Out onto the field for the Tigers is going to be DJ Johnson, it looks like. They're going to line up with a few wide receivers on that far side, one here on the near. Eli Thompson, there's a little bit of confusion in terms of where they're wanting everybody to line up.
Play clock is getting low here.
So we wait for that 4th down and 1. Here comes the snap with 2 seconds on the play clock. They just got it off, and they're going to run up the middle, and they get it. They went back to Bowden Owens for that play. They got about 3 or 4 yards, enough for the first down.
That's believing in your offensive line. They've struggled so far running between the tackles. That time they needed a yard. They got 3 behind that offensive line and the hard running of Bowden Owens.
So good-looking drive so far for the Darlington Tigers. We are scoreless. 5:50 remains here in the opening quarter. Jack Payne looking really comfortable in that quarterback position tonight after picking up some experience the last few weeks. There's the snap. He's going to put the ball in the air, connects with Shirey, and he's going to be brought down for a loss.
Yeah, tried to get out on the perimeter there. Just great defense by the Braves to bring him down behind the line of scrimmage, setting up a 2nd and 11.
So the Tigers bring Cordero back out onto the field. Owens is going to come off. No, he's going to stay on for this package, it looks like. And they will send a wide receiver to the near side, which is going to be Charlie Jones. You got a couple on the far side. As we get ready for Payne to take the snap on 2nd and 11, the ball is on the 39-yard line in Heard County territory. There's the snap, drops into a pretty clean pocket. Now he's got company, puts the ball in the air, connects with the receiver, and that was, I believe, Shirey.
It was.
And he picks up another first down for the Tigers.
And again, Payne rolling out to his right, keeping his eyes downfield and firing a strike for another first down. That's the second time they've been in 2nd and 11, and he's been able to use his feet to extend the play and find his receiver downfield for a big gain.
About an 18-yard play. Here comes the snap here to Jack. He's going to hand it off. They go up the middle with Cordero. He's going to pick up maybe a yard or two, and that was just a hard effort for him because there's just not that much up there at the front of the line of scrimmage.
You've got to keep pounding the rock at them, though, and I commend them for setting the tone there. It's going to allow Payne to have a little bit more time, and it sets up that play-action pass. So here we are with 2nd and 8 at the nose of the ball, just shy of the 19-yard line.
Mason McKenzie on for this package. He's going to line up over as one of the wide receiver positions. So you have 3 wide on the far side, 1 on the near side, and Owens in the backfield to the right of Payne. They're going to fake it to Owens. Payne runs right up the middle and gets down to about the 12-yard line. That was a good play.
Yeah, a little read option, and the defense took the bait. Jack Payne was able to get up the middle and set up a 3rd and manageable here. You got 3rd and 1. You got to think this is 4-down territory here. Wouldn't be surprised to see the Tigers pound the rock.
Cordero's back on, so he would definitely be, the person that you might see the rock head to, but we'll see what happens. He's going to line up, looks like over in that sniffer position over on the far side. Owens is in the backfield with Payne. Here comes the snap on 3rd and 1. A little high snap, pulls it down, gives Owens a lot of traffic at the line of scrimmage. He spins around, and I don't think he got it either.
Yeah, I don't either. The snap kind of threw the timing of that play off, and Owens was, they're going to give it to him.
Oh, he got it.
Yeah.
We sold him a little bit short. Certainly don't want to do that. So good job by Bowden Owens, and I think the spin at the end of the play kind of helped propel him a little bit forward and grab that extra little piece of yard that he needed.
They didn't need much. They didn't get much, but they got enough.
Back out on the field is going to be Eli Thompson. He's been a big playmaker on both sides of the ball in the first couple of games as a Darlington Tiger, so certainly keep an eye out there. But Jack Payne lines them up in a pistol formation, 2 wide on the far side, 1 on the near, rolls around to his right, looking towards the end zone. He was going for Eli Thompson. We just mentioned it, and it looked like he was open but couldn't quite hang on.
Yeah, that play action rollout to the right that's the 3rd time they've gone to it, and Payne put that one on the money. Thompson just wasn't able to reel it in. So missed opportunity there for the Tigers, and they'll line up for 2nd and 10.
So the Tigers' line of scrimmage right now is at the 11-yard line. Under 3 minutes to play in the first quarter. This is the first possession of the game for the Tigers. They're going to flip it to Owens, runs here to the near side, and he's going to be brought down. And I think he may have lost a yard or two there.
Yeah, a little toss to the right side, and Heard County ate them alive on that one. And they'll be in 3rd and 13 here. I'll see where they spot the ball, just inside the 14-yard line.
So the Tigers at the line of scrimmage with 3rd and 13, ball on the 13-yard line as they get ready to dial up their 3rd down play, trying to strike first in this football game. We're scoreless with 2:24. This has been a fast moving first quarter. I can't believe we're almost to the 2-minute mark already.
Impressive drive for Darlington. You want to come away with points here. They're going to have to burn a timeout.
All right, we're going to take one as well. You're listening to Darlington Football on WLAQ and the live stream. We're scoreless. 2:13 left between the Darlington Tigers and Heard County. We'll be back in 30 seconds. It's freezing.
One complaint is I think we may need to do. Where you been, brother?
Traveling a little bit. Yeah. Glad to be back, though. Been celebrating my freedom on my divorce with in March.
Out at Chris Hunter Stadium, Matt Davis and Ian Griffin with you tonight, here to bring you the call of the game. We have 2:13 left in our first quarter. Darlington on their first possession have put together a great drive that started on their 24-yard line. They've got the ball all the way down to the 13-yard line, but they have a big 3rd down coming up.
Yeah, Jack Payne 4 of 5 on this drive so far. He's looked really, really sharp. They had an opportunity to score on 1st down, and then we're set back behind the chains on 2nd, setting up this very crucial 3rd and 13. With the ball at the 14-yard line here, Matt, it's going to be decision time after this down. If they only pick up half of it, are they going to attempt the field goal, or are they going to try to get 6 here on their first drive?
Well, let's see what they do. Jack Payne still talking it over with Coach. He'll get ready to run out onto the field, and he is going to line up with Bowden Owens flanked to his right. Eli Thompson lines up in the slot here on the near side. There's the snap. Payne dropping back. Going to put it in the air, and it's going to go into the turf. That's going to be incomplete, bringing up 4th down.
Yeah, and they barely got the snap off there coming out of the timeout. There was a little confusion there, too. Payne stepped up in the pocket, looked ready to fire, and then I think he changed his mind at the last minute because that ball came out a little bit awkward. And it looks like they're going to send the kicking unit on and see if they can put 3 on. You got to get points here if you can. So a pretty easy decision here for Coach Athan.
So this is going to be, a 31-yard attempt here for Ryland Scott as they get ready to roll here. And this would be the first points on the board. 2:09 here left in our first quarter. Here comes the snap, the hold from Payne, the kick on the way from Scott, and that is going to be right down the middle, Ian. First points of the game.
And is that Ryland Scott's first attempt of the season as well?
Yeah, it's the first field goal attempt.
Yeah.
Yep, and he was perfect on his extra points in the previous game.
Excellent.
Did a fantastic job.
Got to get points right there. Great kick there from Ryland Scott to put the Tigers ahead 3-0 after a huge stop on the other end. Hurd looked like they were going to open up the game with a scoring drive, but the Tiger defense stood tall, stopped them on 4th down, and then Darlington answered by driving the field and putting the first points of the game on the board. That feels great, man.
There's no question about it. Obviously, you'd rather have the 6, but playing up against a tough team like Hurd County to get a stop, get down the field, come out with points, I think that's a huge victory in the early part of the game.
Yeah, and we talked about it in the pregame, Matt. Sometimes your best defense is a good offense. They just possessed the ball for most of that quarter. So that's a great effort there by the Darlington offense and a really hot start for quarterback Jack Payne.
No question about it. They look very poised and comfortable on that drive. So I think we're going to have ourselves a heck of a football game here tonight.
Buckle your chin straps.
Buckle them. So we are just about ready to roll as the Darlington Tigers will tee it off and kick it away here to the Hurd County Braves. Same men back here for the Braves. You're going to have, it looks like Nelson here over or actually on the far side, and then you'll have Inamoto, who will actually be fielding it from the 15, and he is going to run towards the outside of the far side. He gets down the sidelines. I might have seen a flag come in. I'm not 100% sure. I thought I saw something, maybe not.
I don't see anything on the field, Matt, and that's they went with the nice high kick there to give the coverage team time to get down, but that's the second consecutive kick that Hurd has been able to advance out past the 35-yard line. Their starting field position last time was the 38. This time they're on the 39. So we might see some adjustments there on future kicks from the Tigers, but that's where the Braves will take over for their second offensive possession.
And we have 1:56 to go here in our first quarter. As you pointed out, Darlington just put together a nice, long, time-consuming drive there to eat up most of the clock from the first quarter. As we get ready for Finch to take the snap from the pistol formation, man goes in motion, and Finch will take the snap. He's going to hand it off, but there's a flag that comes in, so maybe some movement there on the line.
Yeah, I think that's going to back up the Braves 5 yards, and that would be their second procedure penalty. And that is indeed the case, Matt.
Indeed. It is 7:50. You're listening to Darlington Football here on WLAQ, 1410 AM, 96.9 FM, WLAQ1410.com, or you may be following along on the live stream provided by the school. And however you're reaching us tonight, we're just glad to be with you because we're super glad to be hanging out with the Tigers on a Friday night, huh?
Yeah, no doubt about it. I hear there's nothing like it.
There's nothing like it. That's right. A little change of personnel as Gus Gamage comes off the field here for the Tigers, sending another man on. So we are just about ready to roll. Here comes the snap to Finch here on 1st and 15. Drops back. He's going to put it in the air, and that's going to sail over a pretty tall wide receiver's head. He had some good air under that ball. It goes out of bounds, incomplete. I want to try to catch that young man's number so I can figure out who he is.
It was 6 Jonathan Eccles that was targeted there.
Well, he's 6'5".
Yeah,
so
not a small target
tall
at all. Kind of tough to overthrow, but Finch managed to do it there to the benefit of the Darlington Tigers, setting up a 2nd and 15.
So a penalty and then an incomplete pass. As you mentioned, 2nd and 15 here for Heard County with the ball on their 34-yard line as Finch gets ready to take the snap. He is going to pull it down and is going to put it in the air, and he's coming right back to the same kid, Jonathan Eccles, and that one also is going to go over his head.
And the fact that Finch delivered that ball in anywhere near Eccles on that throw is impressive. He was under duress, didn't have much room to get rid of that ball. Was a little high. Eccles came up a little bit gimpy on that play. He landed on his back awkwardly. I hope that young man is okay.
He's going to stay out there, it looks like, for this play. No, he's kind of running off towards the sidelines now. Huh? No, he's staying out there.
Got to be careful here if you're the Darlington defense to not let Finch beat you with his feet here if you drop back and play coverage.
3rd and 15. Here's the snap to Finch. Drops back, looking to throw. Puts it in the air at the middle of the field. It is intercepted by the Tigers, Highland Thomas, and he is running down the field. He's going to get it down to about the 25-yard line, and the Tigers are going to be close to the red zone after the interception return.
Absolutely. What a big play. That time the Tigers did indeed drop into coverage, and they fooled the quarterback Finch on that play as he fired. I don't think he ever saw Thomas, who stepped in front of the ball, picked it off, and advanced it upfield to set the Tigers up inside the 35-yard line. Where did he finally go down? Oh, he got down to the 26, driving forward to pick up some extra yards at the end of that run.
So the Tigers are already back on offense as they get lined up with a golden opportunity. 1:21 left to go here with the score 3-0. And the Tigers will get lined up. It looks like, looking off to the sidelines, they've got Eli Thompson, who's in the backfield, also Cordero. 2 wide receivers to the near side, 1 on the far side. And we get ready for him to take the snap. It is in the hands of Jack Payne. He's rolling to his right, has trouble, is going to run. He's got some room up the middle of the field, and he is down to the 6-yard line. Great run by Jack Payne.
Yeah, Jack Payne kept his eyes downfield, waited and waited for a target to come open. They didn't. He was able to advance the ball with his feet, and that's a Parker and Lundy first down for the Tigers.
Indeed it is. So now you've got the Darlington Tigers in the red zone with 1st and goal from the 7-yard line after the nice run there from Jack Payne, who has really developed his game over the last few weeks. He is looking sharp tonight in this football.
He really is, making great decisions. I mean, he waited till the last minute to take off and run, and then he picked up a huge gain to set the Tigers up with 1st and goal.
He's got them lined up in a pistol, 2 wide on the far side, 1 on the near. Here comes the snap. Owens is in the backfield. They're going to give to him, and he is going to be brought down. A flag did come in. We'll see what that is.
It did. We'll see what the call is here. It's in that area of holding, but every now and then you get a defensive holding, and it looked like the defensive tackle was on top of the Darlington player, so let's see what the call is here. Here we go. The head official is making his way over.
Chop block.
Chop block. Okay.
It's on the Tigers.
Yeah, that's a tough penalty there. That will move the Tigers back.
15 yards.
Yeah, so you go from 1st and goal at the 8-yard line, and now you're operating 1st and goal. Let's see where they mark this one off. All the way back at the 23. Ooh, that's a tough penalty.
So 29.3 seconds left, first quarter. Darlington up 3-0. Just took a chop block penalty that moved them back, as you mentioned, to the 23-yard line with 1st and goal. And the time is ticking here in the quarter. There's 24 seconds left on the play clock. It looks like they may run one more play here before we get done with the first quarter. Payne lines them up. Cordero in the backfield, pistol formation, 4 wide set. They're going to hand it off to Cordero, and he's going to be brought down, maybe picked up a yard or 2.
Man, these big eaters on that defensive line are doing a great job clogging up the running lanes, and that will be the last play of the first quarter.
Indeed it is. Darlington on top, 3-0, with a second down play coming up in just a few moments. You're listening to Darlington Football on WLAQ. We'll be back in 1 minute. All right, a fresh 12 minutes are now on the clock. We've swapped sides of the field, and Darlington has the ball with 2nd down and goal, but the ball on the 22-yard line after the chop block penalty that was called just moments before the end of our first quarter. Darlington leads 3-0.
Indeed, just suffered a tough penalty that put them back behind the chains here with 2nd and 22. Coming up, we'll see if Jack Payne can get this thing going again. He has played outstanding thus far in the game.
Indeed he has. So the Tigers at the line of scrimmage with 2 wide on the far side, a couple here on the near, 1 man back in the backfield. That's Eli Thompson. Ball's on the turf after the snap, and he is going to take a sack. Ball came out, but I think he was down before it came out.
Yeah, he was down, and this drive's just going the wrong direction all of a sudden. This is going to be a tough position. I think you really want to just try to pick up half of it, maybe see if you can get into field goal range. Payne had a hard time with the snap there, tried to make a play anyway, and almost lost it.
And how this drive was set up is on the previous drive for Heard County, an interception by Ryland Thomas, and return set up Darlington at the 26-yard line of Heard County Braves. So that was a golden opportunity that we're watching slip away here. Let's see if they can make something out of it. 3 wide near side, 1 on the far side. Payne's going to line them up with a man in the backfield with him. I believe that's Cordero, it is. And he's in the pocket, puts it in the air. It is going towards Thompson, dives for it into the end zone. Can't quite get to it. But, man, they went for a big play. It looked pretty, but unfortunately didn't turn out to be points. But, man.
I tell you what, man, he was wide open, and it was just out of reach. But we've got... Let's see what's happening down here. It's 4th and 29. Looks like the Tigers may take another shot at it.
So we have 11:04 left here in the second quarter. Darlington 3, Heard County 0. Here's 4th and 29 with the ball on the, or 4th and goal, I should say, with the ball on the 29. Payne drops back, puts it in the air, and he's going to overthrow his wide receiver, who is Charlie Jones, I believe, and that's going to be the end of the drive.
Yeah, and Charlie had a step or two there, got behind the defense. Payne missed his last 2 targets there narrowly, and the Tigers are not able to come away with points after a huge turnover. You know that's got to be disappointing for Brent Bell and his staff.
Indeed, that's a tough spot. As we mentioned, they had the ball on the 26-yard line to start the drive. That's one of those situations where it is a tough pill to swallow if you don't come away with points, but that's just the way it goes. You just got to pick up and move on to the next play.
Absolutely. So far, the Darlington defense has been up to the challenge.
So starting at the 29 will be Heard County. They're going to run the ball to start their first play, and I maybe got a yard at the most with number 23, Antoine Carter.
And I think number 52, Bryant Powell, was in on the tackle there. He just swallowed him whole. This Darlington defense has come to play tonight, man.
They really have. So Heard County will make a couple of adjustments here as we get ready to resume the drive. 2nd down and 8. Ball on the 31-yard line. Heard County is working from left to right on your radio dial. There's the snap to Finch. He's going to give it again, I believe, to Carter, and this time finds a little bit of room, picked up maybe 3 or 4 yards, I believe.
Sets up 3rd and manageable here as Heard County's come out this drive and wants to establish that downhill running game. And the Tigers are putting up a resistance there, man. They're not letting them have it.
Brings up 3rd and about 3 with the ball at the 37-yard line. Out onto the field for the Tigers is going to be Truett Hayworth out to the end of the trenches. Finch is going to line up under the quarterback with an I formation. 1 wide receiver to the far side. Everybody else in tight. There's the snap. They're going to hand it off. Nice hole opens up. They almost trip him up right after that. But number 13, Isaiah O'Neal, is going to be awfully close to the first down. I think they're already starting to move the chains.
Yeah, I think he got it with that second effort there especially. But they're having to fight for every yard so far.
Out onto the field now for the Tigers is going to be Trenton Mercer on defense. Coming off the field is going to be Gus Gamage. And right now it's 1st down and 10 here for Heard County, trailing the Tigers 3-0 with 4:26 left here in our second quarter of play. Finch will line him up in a shotgun with 2 wide on the far side and 1 on the near. Here comes the snap to Finch. He's going to pull it down and hand it off. And this time he's going back to O'Neal. Tries to get out to the edge this time. Is brought down after a pickup of a couple of yards.
Great effort there by Highland Thomas, just clinging on to O'Neal's jersey and holding him up while his teammates came in to help make the tackle. Wow, he picked... Didn't look like he got 4 yards there. It looked more like 2. Scoreboard says 2nd and 6, though.
Catlin Hancock back to the line of scrimmage here for the Darlington Tigers. That brings up 2nd and 6 here for the Braves. They're at the 46-yard line. There's the snap. Finch is running off to his left. Got a good lead block, and he is going to drive forward and be brought down a little bit short of the first down.
It's going to depend on the spot here, Matt. It looked like he was short, but where that official is, it may warrant a measurement. We'll see. Oh, they're going to be just shy. Just shy. Well, we'll see. They are going to.
Yep, they're moving the
first
chains.
down.
Okay. First down. So the ball is now going to be at the 48-yard line on Darlington's side of the field. Heard County with possession of the football here for the 3rd time of the evening. First drive ended up with a turnover on down. Second drive, they would throw an interception. But they have been able to move the ball throughout the evening so far.
It seems like they've come out this 3rd drive dedicated to running the football.
Finch getting ready to take the snap. It's in his hands. He's going to drop back, going to run play action. He puts the ball in the air, and is it caught? Was he in bounds? He caught it, but he was out of bounds. So incomplete.
Yeah, nice pursuit there. Finch rolled out off the play action, and he had 3 Tigers in his face. Had to unload that one. It was a little bit wide. Receiver was able to reel it in, but again, he was out of bounds. So that'll set up a 2nd and 10 from the 48.
Tigers have had 2 possessions in this football game. Their first one was capped off with a 32-yard field goal by Ryland Scott, his first field goal of the season off his first attempt. Here's the snap from the shotgun. They're going to hand it off, find a pretty good hole there. Ball's on the turf. It's going to be picked up by the Darlington Tigers. That's going to be another turnover for Heard County. That was picked up by Trenton Mercer, I believe.
Yeah, and that time Carter had the running room, but the ball was stripped as he went off the right side there. Looked like he was going to bust a long gain, but yeah, stripped away. I'm trying to get the number.
Mercer came in and grabbed it. I don't know who stripped it.
It was Highland Thomas. Yeah, having a heck of a ball game here. He's already got an interception. Now add a forced fumble to his resume, and the Tigers have forced their 2nd turnover and will take over at their own 45-yard line.
So the Tigers back at the line of scrimmage with 7:50 left in the first half. They're going to line up in a pistol. Cadero is in the backfield with Jack Payne, 4 wide receivers, 2 on each side. Payne set to take the snap. It's in his hands. He's going to hand it off. They'll go to Cadero. A little bit more room for him that time in. That's a good sign. He picked up about 4 or 5 yards. So starting to create a little space there on the offensive line.
Yeah, 3 yards in a cloud of dust. He got the 3 and the cloud of dust. So you'll take that all night.
Oh, absolutely.
Hey, see right. You can get it. Chop, see right.
2 wide on each side of the formation here for Darlington with 2nd and 6. Payne drops back. He's got company in the backfield. Passes to Owens, and he is going to be down and out of bounds at around the 40-yard line, so that'll be a first down for the Tigers.
And Payne finds his target there. He had Owens all the way, open out there in the flat, and hits him for another Parker and Lundy. First down.
So the Tigers at the line of scrimmage. Jack Payne ready here on 1st and 10 from the 43. There's the snap, dropping back, going to throw, and he's wide open. Shirey catches it around the 15 and trots wide open grass in front of him to the end zone. Darlington scores a touchdown. They're up 9-0.
I tell you what, Matt, telling Shirey was, I mean, you can't run any freer than that. And Payne missed a couple of open receivers on the last drive. That time he nailed him in stride, and that's a touchdown for the Tigers. And pinning the extra point, we're looking at a 10-0 lead.
Indeed. So touchdown pass here to Shirey. He scores. And the Darlington Tigers are up 9-0. They get ready to try to punch through the extra point. And if they can do that, they're going to be up 10-0. To handle the duties is Rylan Scott, who's made a field goal in the game already. So he's good and warmed up and ready to go. Payne will handle the hold, of course. And here comes the snap. The kick is on the way, and it is going to be sneaking right through the uprights. So 10-0.
Yeah, Matt, I'm telling you what, the last 4 times Jack Payne's dropped back to pass, there have been receivers running free behind the defense. Darlington has found something here, and that could spell trouble for Heard County if they can't get it corrected. An impressive drive there. They forced the turnover. Looked like Heard County was going to come back and possibly take the lead. They get a fumble. 3 plays later, they're dancing in the end zone, and the Tiger fans here are happy. Fantastic drive, and when you look back, Ian, to the previous drive when they had intercepted a pass and started off the drive on the 26-yard line, came away with no points. They come back, they force a turnover, get the ball back, and then they score. So that's just a sign of great maturity, poise, and confidence in this team that, they can have a drive where things aren't going their way, but then when they get the ball back, they've just shaken it off and moved on. Yeah, you got to move on to the next play. I mean, obviously they were disappointed in not come away with points after getting out of the 8-yard line last time and kind of moving in the wrong direction, but they're able to be opportunistic, force a turnover, and now they're up 2 scores, Matt. We knew this was going to be a good ball game. I'm excited about how the rest of this one's going to go. I was just about to ask you, are we having fun yet? I believe we are. Tigers ready to kick it away here. Same men back here for Heard County. Here comes the kick. This is from Hendricks Jones, and actually, was that an onside kick attempt? Yeah, and he didn't go far enough. Make it the 10 yards. Yeah, so I'm not let's see how they rule here. That'll probably be a penalty. I don't know where Heard County will get the ball to start. I don't know if I've ever seen that. Have you ever seen that? No, I don't believe I ever have. Ball didn't travel 10 yards, and it looks like Heard's going to take over right where the ball rolled dead. Very interesting and very aggressive there by the coaching staff, trying to catch Heard County asleep at the switch there. Still a possession from him, up 10-0. I like the aggressiveness, but unfortunately for him, it backfired, and it gave him the ball close to midfield on Darlington's side of the field. So Heard County will start this possession with 7:10 left. And they will run it here to the near side, and it'll be brought down after a pickup of about 6. Yeah, Shireen, great open field tackle there because number 12, we haven't called Mon Jordan's name yet, but boy, he is a big boy with some serious speed, and if it wasn't for that tackle, he might have taken it to the house. So Heard County now with the ball on the 42-yard line on Darlington's side of the field, and the defense going to have to do a lot here on this possession. Quarterback under center, I formation, everybody in tight except for a wide receiver on the far side. They're going to hand it off and run it up the middle. Got a pretty good push up front, but I don't think he got the first down. He did not get the first down. He was greeted right at the line of scrimmage, was able to kind of spin and lead forward and pick up a yard. So that sets up a 3rd and 1 from the 39-yard line. So it's 10-0. Darlington leads it. We have 6:12 left to go here in the first half of play. You're going to send 2 wide receivers off to the far side. Quarterback is going to roll up under center in this I formation again. And he takes the snap, dives forward, quarterback keeps it, and I believe he got the first down. Yeah, easily. They won't even have to measure that one. That's a first down for Heard County. And that's not a good sign there, Matt. Highland Thomas is coming off holding his hand. He's had a heck of a ball game so far. The Tigers don't need to lose him on defense. Now's a good time to mention to you, coming up at the end of the night, we'll have the Honeymoon Bakery Icing on the Cake player of the game, and also the Rome Orthopedic Center High School Football Scoreboard Show. And you know those guys are going to be wild and wacky back in the studio. It's the first time in a few weeks that Lynn's been in there with Randy, right? Yeah, he's been a little under the weather, but he's raring to go. There's the snap, Finch rolls back here on first down, puts some good air under it, and that is going to be
An incomplete pass, but wonderful defense there by Charlie Jones, who got up and disrupted that play and knocked it down. I thought he might have a chance at an interception for a second.
He was in the better position to catch that ball. Finch really launched that one up, but it was a jump ball, and it was excellent defense there by Charlie Jones, who had a chance to intercept it but knocked it down, and that'll set up 2nd and 10.
Ball's on the 38-yard line on Darlington's side of the field. Heard County playing here tonight, and we had the opportunity to go to Heard County last year, and that's one of the best AA facilities that I've been to in the state from doing this. Awesome stadium and good people. There's the snap. Finch is going to run it all the way, and he's going to be brought down. What a great pursuit on defense by DJ Johnson.
Yeah, they swallowed him whole there. It looked like he had a crease, but the Tigers utilized their speed to set up a 3rd and long here, 3rd and 7 from the 35. This is no man's land, though, so it could be 2-down territory depending on what unfolds on this next snap.
5:17 clock ticking here in our second quarter. A flag's going to come in before they even get to the line of scrimmage.
Let's see what the call is here. I think they may have gotten a timeout first, Matt.
Gotcha. So it looks like we will have, no, they're staying on the field. Officials having a little bit of conference.
Okay.
And we will wait and see what they decide and inform us of here in a couple moments.
Illegal substitution on Darlington.
Coach Atha got his hands in the air pleading his case.
He doesn't agree.
He does not agree.
Now, we've seen him argue his way out of a call before, which was something I had never seen before, but I don't know if he'll be able to pull it off again tonight.
And when that took place, I meant to ask him about that in our interview before the next game, and I totally forgot.
Was that at Heard County last year?
I don't remember.
It may have been.
I'd have to go back and watch some of the videos and figure it out. But
there's a conference here. Is he going to pull this off again? They've already moved the ball.
Now he's running back over to the sidelines. Picks up the flag.
They're not moving the ball.
Puts it back in his pocket. He didn't wave it off.
He did not wave it off. So that's Darlington's second penalty. Both have been pretty costly.
Coach still in his ear a little bit there. And here comes the snap here on 3rd down. They're going to hand it off, and it looks like they got the first down.
It does. Yeah, based on that spot, that will set them up with 1st down. And
I believe that was Isaiah O'Neal with the carry again, and that did get him the 1st down. Drive started off on Darlington's 48-yard line with about 7 minutes and 11 seconds left to go here in our first half. Darlington leads at 10-0. Really needing to find a way to pin the ears back and get a stop here. Of course, it's 1st down. They got the ball on the 28-yard line on Darlington's side of the field. Everybody in tight except for a wide receiver to the near side. Here's the snap. Finch is going to run. He's got a lead blocker. Gets around to the edge, and he stays up. Breaks a couple of tackles. The ball's out, but I believe Heard County was able to cover, Ian.
Yeah, that was nearly Heard County's 3rd turnover. That was a run all the way for Finch, and he almost broke it, but Darlington has just been really good about getting in there and stripping the football. That time the Braves were fortunate enough to get back on it.
Yeah, good heads-up play there by big man Isaac Walls. He's a 300-pounder who fell on that ball. Was able to recover it there for Heard County, and now they've got 1st and 10 and the ball on the 15-yard line. Under center is Finch. He takes the snap. He's going to hand it off, and there is no room to run. A wall of Tigers awaited him.
Yeah, led by big number 56, Truett Hayworth. There was no room for O'Neal to run there. It'll be 2nd and 10 for Heard County.
No gain on the play, as you mentioned. 2nd and 10 as Heard County gets ready to come back to the line of scrimmage. They're going to have Antoine Carter in the backfield with the quarterback, it looks like, for this package, as well as Caleb Sweet.
And I tell you what, Matt, Heard County's got big nasties, but don't forget Christian McClooney and Truett Hayworth. Those are some big guys, too.
Oh, no doubt about it. I formation, 2 wide set on the far side. There's the snap, a little pitch and run. He's going to get it into the hands of Antoine Carter, and he's able to pick up 5 or 6 yards.
Still a great tackle there by Bowden-Owens, as Carter had a head full of steam there, and he was the last line of defense before he got to the second level. So that puts him in a 3rd down. And is it 5?
6.
About 6.
Yeah, 3rd down and 6 here for the Tigers as they've got the ball right around the 12-yard line.
Time is ticking away here, Matt.
Indeed. I formation, 2 wide receivers on the far side, on the short side of the field. There's the snap. Quarterback is going to drop back, looking to throw, and puts it in the air towards the end zone, and that's going to be incomplete.
Yeah, that would have been a tightrope interception there, but Jack Good was there to make the play. And Finch has struggled throwing on the run. So far, Darlington's been able to put some pressure on him, make him a little uncomfortable anytime he's not doing a traditional drop back. So impressive effort here, and it's 4th and 6. And it looks like the Braves are going to roll the dice and go for it.
So that may tell us a little bit about the kicking situation here. Or they must realize in the way this game's going, they're going to need some touchdowns here against this Darlington football team. 2 wide receivers to the far side, 1 on the near. This is 4th down and 6. Quarterback is dropping back, looking to throw, puts it in the air, and it was on. Was it intercepted? He got it. He sure did. That was, I believe, Jack Good, as a matter of fact.
It was. He almost picked off the pass before that, but that is the 3rd turnover from Heard County. On 4th down, they rolled the dice and went for it instead of putting up 3. And it kind of bit them there, Matt, as Darlington takes over. The only downside to this is that Good intercepted it right there at the 1-yard line. Oh, they're going to bring it out, and they say it was a touchback.
And we're hearing some protests from the coaching staff up here in the box, but where we were sitting, we really, didn't have a good angle on it, but it is going to start at the 20 here for the Tigers with 2:24 left here in the half.
They've got 2 timeouts left, Matt. And I wouldn't be surprised to see them take some shots deep. They've had receivers running free on their last 2 possessions.
4 wide set here on 1st down. Here's the snap. Payne is going to hand it off to Cordero, runs up the middle, and he's going to pick up a couple of yards before they pull him down.
And I like that call. You want to make sure you get to the locker room, protect this lead a little bit. And Cordero, man, he runs with some real pop, man. He's not afraid to absorb that contact, man.
Definitely not. He is a really, really hard runner, does a good job running the football, and as Coach Atha pointed out in our pregame interview, he's also a guy that gets out there and does a good job blocking for you as well. Chop Swint was in on the stop there for Heard County. Jack Payne getting ready to take the snap with Eli Thompson in the backfield. Drops back here on 2nd down, puts it up the middle of the field, and it's through the arms of Talon Shirey. That'll be an incomplete pass.
Yeah, he had his man that time, just slipped through his fingertips. Bowden-Owens was open deep as well. So I'm telling you right now, Matt, these Tiger receivers are finding some space in the secondary, and that's going to be a big problem for Heard County if they can't get it corrected.
Jack Payne, as we've mentioned many times, got a live arm. He put some mustard on that throw.
He did. He zips that one, stops the clock with 1:39 left. We'll see what Brent Bell dials up here on 3rd down and 7.
Ball on the 23, Darlington working right to left in their purple uniforms tonight. Here comes the throw, and it is complete. No, he turned to run, and the ball came out. He was hit right as he was catching the ball, so that's going to be an incomplete pass.
A nice play from number 21 there, Jack Banks of Heard County, as Shirey looked like he had the ball, but Banks was able to get a hand in there and knock it free at the last minute. Just good defense there, and the Darlington Tigers are going to have to punt it away with 1:35 left. Heard County has all 3 of their timeouts left, so they'll have plenty of time to run the full playbook if they want to try to get on the board before the half.
Charlie Jones to punt it away for the Tigers. Standing at about the 40-yard line is going to be Inamoto here for Heard County. The kick is going to be high and short. It is going to drop it around the 40-yard line on Darlington's side of the field. Takes a great bounce to about the 50. That really helped it out. And so Heard County's going to have it on Darlington's side of the field about midfield.
Yeah, with plenty of time and a full complement of timeouts, Matt. We'll see if the Darlington defense can rise to the occasion. Again, they've done it all night. So I won't be surprised if they do it again.
Indeed. We are at the 123 mark here of the first half. Darlington leads it 10-0 if you're just tuning in. And if you are, welcome. We appreciate you being here.
Yeah. Great night here. Watching the Tigers play ball. And all purple. If you're not watching the video stream, they're out there in all purple and Herd's in all white.
Great looking uniforms. There's the snap. Finch is going to take it and run it, and he's going to be brought down. I think that was Highland Thomas again.
Man, have yourself a game if that's the case.
You think that young man heard about the Honeymoon Bakery icing on the cake player of the game?
He might want some cupcakes. An interception, a forced fumble, and now a sack.
So this brings up 2nd and 12 here for Herd County. They drop back into the pocket looking to throw. Ball's in the air, and it is going to be caught. And the young man that caught it was brought down immediately, I believe, by Eli Thompson. And the wide receiver that caught it was Jonathan Eccles.
I think it was Jack Good. They got
was it good?
Got the tackle. That was a really nice tackle.
We'll certainly want to give credit where credit is due, without a doubt.
It's hard. The 8s and the 0s are tough to see.
But you're right. That's the side of the field that he was on. So that's going to be a timeout called. So we're going to do the same thing. 40.2 ticks left on the clock in the first half. Darlington 10, Herd County 0. We'll be back after a 30-second break. Fun times. Okay, here we are. 40.2 ticks left on the clock remaining in the first half. Darlington up 10-0, trying to come up with a big stop here on defense. It'd be wonderful to go into the locker room having given up no points to a really good football team.
Absolutely, man.
So here is the snap on 3rd down and short. Quarterback's going to run it. He's got some room, had some good blocks, and that was a good play.
Yeah, but clock management comes into play here. Herd, I can't tell, by the scoreboard, I can't tell how many timeouts they have. I thought they had burned one earlier, so I think they may be down to their last timeout.
And now another timeout is going to be called, but we're going to keep it right here since we're this close to halftime. Do want to let you know a couple of programming notes since we have a moment here. We've got a lot of sports coming up for you on the radio on WLAQ this weekend. Tomorrow we're going to have the Georgia Tech football game as they get ready to try to bounce back from a tough loss last week that I don't want to talk about
to the mighty
anymore.
Salukis?
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, looking like world beaters out there.
But they're going to play Kennesaw State tomorrow, and, you know, we'll see what happens. But it's a noon kickoff for that game, 10 o'clock pregame on WLAQ, and then we'll have the Braves for you in the evening as they host the Marlins down at Truist Park, 7:20 first pitch, so that means 6:05 is going to be your pregame for that. So sports all day long.
Man, a little walk-off action for the Braves last night.
You know, it's going to be
exciting.
Oh, indeed. It's going to be a busy day in Atlanta with sports tomorrow with the Braves in the evening and Georgia Tech at noon. Here's the snap. Finch is rolling out, going to throw a pass towards the end zone, and it is going to be overshooting everybody, incomplete. Was there a flag?
No. That would have been a horrible call had they thrown one. That ball was a mile past him, and if anything, their feet got tangled up. But there was no contact that was malicious or worthy of a flag.
No, definitely not.
No harm in taking a shot here by Herd, and I would expect them to take 2 or 3 more before the clock expires. They've got these really tall, rangy receivers too, so Darlington's going to have their work cut out for them defending that.
Antoine Carter in the backfield with Finch. Shotgun formation. Finch is rolling back looking to throw. Puts it in the air. This is going to be a short pass here to Jonathan Eccles. He's hit hard after picking up about 4 yards.
Herd takes a timeout. And it's still showing 3 timeouts, but I'm pretty sure Herd's just taken 3 timeouts. So I don't know if that was their last one or not. Not really sure what the situation is. They're down to their last timeout. Okay, there we go.
We have 21.6 seconds left on the clock with Darlington leading at 10-0. And the situation is 3rd down and 4 with the ball on the Darlington 30. Herd County with the football trying to get their first points here of a really fun first half of football here at Chris Hunter Stadium. So,
yeah, no doubt about it.
And so far in the football game, Ian, it's been interesting because you've had 2 interceptions here for Darlington picking off passes from Finch. Rylan Thomas got the first one, and then there was a fumble recovered by Trenton Mercer of the Tigers, and then Jack Good, he would pick up an interception just a little bit ago.
In the end zone on 4th down.
Yeah.
And this time, that's not the first time the Tigers have turned their opponents over in the red zone. They did it in week 1 twice, correct?
Yeah, it was Eli Thompson in that game, saved a couple of touchdowns. So the defense for this football team has been really impressive the first few games of the year. Here's the snap on 3rd down. They're going to put it in the air again over towards the sideline.
Hook and
ladder. He flips it back on the hook and ladder to Isaiah O'Neal. And then he drops the ball. But
I'm a sucker for the hook and ladder, man. You don't see it too often there.
So it is a 1st down here for Herd County. That'll move the chains.
And he got it out of bounds as well to stop the clock. That was a bang-bang hook and ladder there. The ball was pitched very quickly.
So that sets up 1st down from the 25-yard line here for Herd County. And the waning seconds here of our first half, 17 seconds left to go on the clock as they line up. Pistol formation as Finch gets ready to take the snap. He's going to throw it to a man that came out of the backfield, Isaiah O'Neal. It's incomplete.
Yeah, good defense there. I believe that was DJ Johnson that got his hands up and really made it. It was DJ Johnson made a great play there to force Finch to throw that ball a little too far in front.
So this time Finch is going to line up with 3 wide receivers here off to the near side and 1 to the far side. The one on the far side is big man 6'5", Jonathan Eccles. And Finch will take the snap. He's dropping back, looking for a man open. He's got company in the backfield. He's going to flip it to number 13, Isaiah O'Neal, who runs out of bounds. And we've got 8 seconds on the clock here in the first half.
And the Tigers are making them work for it. And that was Joel Lauenberg that came through on the blitz there and forced Finch to unload it. O'Neal did a good job getting upfield, getting out of bounds, and keeping this drive alive. They do have 1 timeout left, Matt, so they can't afford to get tackled in the middle of the field once, but we're down to 8.1 seconds, so I think we've got 2, maybe 3 snaps left at most.
2 wide on the near side. Here's the snap. Quarterback is looking to throw. He's got company in the backfield. He's going to run. He's headed towards the 10-yard line. Now off to the far side. He's going to be hauled out of bounds at about the 4 or 5, and that's the end of the first half. Darlington Tigers will go to the locker room here at halftime with a 10-0 lead playing here at home against a very, very good football team. We're going to send it back to the studio for a timeout. We'll come back with our halftime show. We'll have some scores courtesy of Rome Orthopedic Center, and we'll talk about what happened in our first half. We'll go over the upcoming schedule for Darlington and much, much more. But you're listening to Darlington Football here on WLAQ and the live video stream. 10-0. Darlington ahead of Herd County at halftime. We'll be back in just moments.
Are we doing the scores, or will your dad or will Lynn do them back in the studio?
And I kind of felt like they might go down some scores with us, but we can do that here in just a moment because we got them pulled up on our app as well. But we're glad you're with us. We can tell you right now that at halftime, Darlington is up 10-0 over Heard County, and they knew coming into this football game, as we talked about a lot during the pregame, that this was going to be a tough test here, probably the toughest test of the season so far for this Darlington football team, but they've been able to rise to the occasion so far. Pitched a shutout on defense in the first half against a very good football team, very strong offensive line for this Heard County team, and they've got some guys that can really run the football. So the fact that Darlington's been able to come out of this half without giving up any points and be up 10-0 is certainly a big feather in their cap here in this early part of the season.
Yeah, no doubt about it, Matt. They actually got outgained in that first half, but they're up 10-0. Both teams did squander some scoring opportunities, but the 3 turnovers are the story of the first half.
Oh, no question about it. You had 2 interceptions that Darlington was able to pick off passes from Heard County. You also had a fumble that Darlington was able to recover. And we talked about it in the pregame that turnovers were going to be a big part of the story of this game. And so far, that's been in Darlington's favor. And they've been forced turnovers. They've been situations where, you've seen that great effort on defense that you always get with Darlington, and they're making things happen and creating good situations for themselves.
They did get 7 points off of those turnovers, but more importantly, 2 of those turnovers, well, all 3 came deep in Darlington territory. So Heard County was threatening to score each time, and Darlington was able to swing the momentum, and they take a 10-0 lead into the locker room.
Pretty impressive. Well, we have some stats for you that we appreciate our buddy for bringing up to us just a little bit ago. Stacey Norton does the stats here at Darlington, does a fantastic job, and we've talked about it. We talk about it with all the broadcasters that are either here or away or whatever, what a luxury it is to have somebody hand you some stats at halftime and at the end of the game. So we're grateful to have it.
Yeah, no doubt about it, Matt. So Heard County ran 37 plays for 146 yards. They had 37 yards through the air, 109 on the ground, where Darlington had 132 total yards. They ran 25 plays, averaging 5.3 yards per play. 102 of those were through the air. Jack Payne was 6 of 12 in the passing game. As far as the turnovers, we talked about that being the story of the game. Darlington has protected the ball. Heard County's fumbled twice. One of them was recovered by Darlington. They were able to get on the other. And then you had the 2 interceptions, one by Highland Thomas and the other by Jack Good. Highland Thomas actually did force the first fumble that Darlington recovered. So 9 first downs for Heard County to Darlington 7. Heard County's leaning on their rushing game right now. I think this Darlington defense has really made the quarterback uncomfortable back there, especially when he's on the move. So really, really impressive here. And Maurice Finch is 5 for 14. We talked about him kind of struggling for only 37 yards, no touchdowns, 2 interceptions. Jack Payne 6 of 12, 102 yards, 1 touchdown, no interceptions. Finch is leading the Braves in rushing with 8 attempts for 43 yards. You got Antoine Carter with 5 carries for 34 yards as well. Jack Payne has 18 yards on 3 carries. Alan Cordero, 6 attempts for 7 yards, and Bowden Owens 4 rushes for 5 yards. Talon Shirey had a huge first half, 3 receptions, 59 yards, averaging 19.7 yards a catch, and he has a touchdown for a little icing on the cake there.
They're going to make it interesting at the end of the game, I got a feeling, in terms of our decision making for the Honeymoon Bakery icing on the cake player of the game that you just gave a nice reference to. And we also have the Rome Orthopedic Center High School football scoreboard show coming up. So we got a lot of football left for you tonight, a whole nother half here from Darlington. And right now we're being treated to a wonderful performance. What was that? What's the name of that song where the Buffalo roam?
Home on the Range.
Home on the Range.
Yeah.
There you go. We just got that song from the Heard County Braves marching band. They've got their cowboy hats on and everything, man, and just having a good time. And I tell you what, it's just wouldn't be a night at the Gridiron without having the high school football bands at halftime.
Yeah, no doubt about it, man. And we should get you one of those cowboy hats.
I kind of like it, man. I'd wear it.
I think that's a good look for you.
Indeed.
Yeah.
Well, it's halftime, and I tell you, one of the things that's kind of interesting right now is I was looking at the clock to see how much time of the halftime period that we have left, and the clock is sitting right at 16 minutes. It's not moving, so I'm not even really sure, but we still have a ways to go. So what we're going to do is we're going to take a break. We're going to come out of the break. We'll talk about some of the other area games that are going on. We'll talk about the upcoming schedule for Darlington and more. But you're listening to Darlington Football, and also you may be watching on the live video stream provided by the school. Either way, glad you're with us, and we're also happy to say that at halftime, Darlington leads it 10-0 here playing at home against Heard County. We'll be back in just a few minutes.
Right now it's time for knocker ball.
we've got an interesting halftime situation taking place. If you're watching on the video, you can see this, but it looks like we've got some students out on the field. And what do you call those things that they're in right there? Like bubbles idea. Or something like that? I know there's a term for it, but they're having some kind of a war with these large inflatable plastic bubbles that students are in. It's kind of entertaining to watch, isn't it?
Absolutely. I can't tell what the objective is. If the circle around the Darlington paw is the sumo ring, I can't tell.
Trying to get them out of the ring.
Or if it's just last man standing.
Who knows? But we'll continue to enjoy watching this while we tell you what's coming up here for the Tigers. Obviously, a whole nother half to go with a very good Heard County team and a 2-score game. So obviously a lot to be settled here in this football game. But next Friday, obviously we've mentioned this every week. This is called knocker ball. I've just been informed by Dave Corbin, who's in charge of the video. So we're watching some knocker ball. I've heard of that. Would you get out there and do this?
Sure.
Yeah, why not?
Why not?
Try everything once.
Yeah.
But anyway, we mentioned this last week, but Darlington had a bye the first week, has one at the end of the season. So it's 10 straight weeks of regular season games. Next game on the list, Tigers are going to be at home again. So we got 2 home games in a row as they get ready to host the Heritage Generals. Now, Heritage has only played 1 game so far this season because I believe they had some COVID issues with their squad, so they were off for a week or 2, got a late start. And tonight they're playing at Christian Heritage, so that'll be a pretty good measuring stick to where Heritage is, but they'll be coming here to Chris Hunter coming up next Friday.
Yeah, we'll be back in the booth, ready for another game. Hopefully the Tigers can finish it off tonight. This would be a huge win for Darlington, if you ask me.
Oh, it would be a massive win for this team, and when you look at the fact that, Heritage, I mean, you can make the argument that they play in the toughest region from top to bottom in AA football in the state of Georgia because they play in 5AA with Callaway, who obviously Darlington played in the scrimmage and held their own with before the season started, and that was the state champion out of AA last year. Bremen's in that region, which we'll see here in a couple of weeks. Temple, Haralson County, and then obviously Heard County playing here today. And one of the things that's interesting, we talk about how Darlington, plays 6 non-region games before they get into their region schedule. Well, because of the size of Region 5AA, Heard County playing here tonight, they have a similar situation. 6 non-region games before they play a region game on their schedule.
Yeah, which is a great benefit when you get to the playoffs. I mean, you get to play some different teams and go out and achieve some different challenges. So I think that benefits Darlington and Heard County, in the postseason once they get there.
Indeed. Well, that's going to wrap up this particular segment here of our halftime. It looks like we got about 9 minutes and 20 seconds until we start our second half. So we're going to take a breather here, and we're going to send it back to the studio. It's 10-0 at halftime. Darlington on top of Heard County. We'll be watching some knocker ball for a few minutes. Y'all enjoy the commercial break. Oh. Well, it sounds like they're having fun back in the studio.
It does, and Randy forgot to mention the most important score of the night. North Springs leads Woodland 7-3.
Oh,
Come on
man.
now.
That was the only difference in our picks.
It was
this
the
week.
only difference in the picks. So, just had to point that out.
Of course, I picked Woodland, and then at the Big Kahuna, Randy Davis picked Woodland as well, and you picked North Springs. So I can tell why you're pointing that out. But it's still early in the night.
It's half.
We're at halftime. Yeah. And at halftime here at Darlington Chris Center Stadium, we're watching the students have a good time with some knocker ball, and there's some competitive people out there.
No
I've
doubt.
seen some people get knocked end over end playing this game. So, hopefully it doesn't spin out of control.
Well, I think the bubbles protect you, man.
And the fans are really getting into it as well. I'd give you some play-by-play, but I'm not really certain either what's going on with this particular game. But I can tell you this, we've got 4 minutes and 10 seconds or 20 seconds until time expires here for our halftime period, and then we'll have the 3-minute warm-up period, and we'll get you back to more football. But we do want to take this opportunity to thank our sponsors, our radio sponsors, for making it possible for the commentary portion of the broadcast. But Floyd Medical Center has been on with us for a long time. Obviously, you hear us talking about the Honeymoon Bakery icing on the cake player of the game, and we'll tell you the winners of our first two awards as we're in game 3 now. The first game, it was Eli Thompson. In that game, he had a couple interceptions, also scored a touchdown on a touchdown pass from Jack Payne. And then the second game, it was his brother, Caleb Thompson. He scored 3 touchdowns in that game, also played great on both sides of the ball. So congratulations to those young men. And it's up for grabs right now. I don't think we have a clear front runner necessarily at this point. We haven't had an opportunity to talk about it too much off air, but I think there's a lot of guys that'll be in the running tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, if I was just going to throw 3 against the wall, Highland Thomas, Talon Shirey, and Jack Payne have all put their name in the hat, in my opinion.
No question about it. And, speaking of Jack Payne, this is his 3rd start this season here for Darlington, and he has just grown every single game. And just really, when he's out there, obviously we've talked about his live arm, ability to throw. We've also seen him the last couple of games really run the ball well. So there's just a lot of things that he can do, but he's been in control of the game for the most part, and that's been pretty evident the last couple of games. So he's really developed throughout the last few weeks, no question about it.
No doubt about it. He's been solid in his drops. When he's rolled out, he's done a good job keeping his eyes downfield and looking for his targets. When he has decided to run, he's gone through his progression really well before he decides to tuck and run, and he's picked up yards when he's done it. So an impressive half for him. Shirey, of course, was the recipient of his lone touchdown pass, a 40-yard strike for a touchdown. And then, if you flip over to Highland Thomas, I mean, the guy was all over the field. He was making tackles. He forced a fumble. He had an interception. Just an outstanding half for him on defense.
And then also you want to point out, as far as the field goal from Scott, I mean, my goodness, he had a field goal that was 32 yards. He also made his extra point here in this football game, and he made 5, I believe, last week. So he's done a tremendous job the last couple of weeks for the Tigers as well. So when you talk to Coach Atha, one of the things that he's most pleased about with this team so far this year is the contributions that you're getting from so many different guys. They're playing as a team, and they're having success as a team. And right now they're up 10-0 at halftime.
Yeah. Let's give credit to that defensive line as well, because they're up against a very, very large unit when it comes to the Heard County Braves. Their offensive line is well known around the state, and they've held their own against that line in that running game.
We're at halftime, but halftime is coming to a close soon. We're going to take about a 3-minute break, and we will begin to get ready for the second half. In the meantime, at Darlington 10, Heard County 0. We'll be back for the start of the second half after a quick timeout. We'll be back.
Becoming who I want to be.
Here, I am looking toward my future.
Here, we learn from our failures so that we may soon succeed.
Here, we're passionate about learning and trying new things every day.
Here, we search for new perspectives and cultures so we can better understand the world.
Because at Darlington, we know we're in the most trusted hands.
As we discover new passions and learn more about ourselves through academics,
Athletics,
fine arts,
and service to our community, we show our versatility as we choose different pathways to our goals.
this is our home.
We embrace challenges and persevere, even when something seems impossible.
We collaborate and create to take our place in the world.
We know that together we can make an impact.
This is our moment, our time.
Graduates today, Darlington forever.
You know, one of the things as we now are back here on Darlington Football on WLAQ and also the live video stream, we got about 2 minutes and 15 seconds left of the warm-up period here before they begin play again in the second half. By the way, Darlington will get the ball to start the second half, leading it 10-0. But one of the things that we really haven't pointed out a whole lot, obviously Patrick Shelley, who is the starting quarterback for Darlington. He's missed the first couple of games of the year, now a third game. And then also Thomas Bethel, who is a major contributor to this football team last year, hasn't played yet this year. And then tonight you don't have the services of Caleb Thompson as well. So you're missing three really key guys from this football team, which makes you wonder what this football team's going to look like when they get to full strength.
I think McKay Rush is out as well.
Yeah,
that's another really good player. So the fact that Darlington's down four major contributors like that, and they're up 10-0 over a Heard County team that is ranked in the top 10 in 7AA. Very impressive effort from the Tigers tonight.
Indeed it is. And now we have about 1 minute and 15 seconds left until the start of our second half. So we're going to take one more quick break. We'll step out for 1 minute. We'll have the kickoff of the second half. Darlington 10, Heard County 0. We'll be back in moments. Well, it is just about that time, folks. We are just about set to begin our second half. As we mentioned, Heard County will kick it off to Darlington to start the half. You're going to have Eli Thompson back here in the middle of the field for the Tigers. Also back with him, you're going to have Charlie Jones, and on the other side of the field, you'll have Hendrix Jones. But the man that's standing at the 10-yard line at the middle of the field again is Eli Thompson. And we are just about set and ready to roll. The ball is going to be teed up and kicked away by Eli Lawson, who handles the kicking duties for this Heard County football team. 12 minutes on the clock. Ladies and gentlemen, there is the whistle. And with that said, toe shall meet leather to start the second half. We're underway. That's going to be end over end. It's going to be fielded by Eli Thompson, bobbles it a bit, picks it up, and he is going to stay up, break a couple of tackles, and gets out of bounds at about the 17-yard line.
Yeah, really did a good job to get anything out of that after the bobble. Had to make a couple of guys miss. Gets it out to around the 17-yard line where Darlington will take over for their first possession of the second half.
So not wonderful field position here to start this first drive, but as we mentioned, Darlington leads this game 10-0, has possession of the football to start the second half with an opportunity here. They will get lined up with 1st and 10 at the 17. They're going to have Cordero in the backfield, 4 wide receivers set. Jack Payne lined up in a shotgun formation, working from right to left. Here comes the snap. He's going to roll to his left, and this is the near side. Flag comes in. He runs the football, gets it out across the 30, but we'll see what the flag is.
And it was actually Thompson that lined up and took that snap. Eli Thompson took it, kind of a wildcat, and he was able to pick up a nice gain, but there is a flag, and I believe it's going to be a holding on the Tigers.
So this one is going to be coming back here for the Tigers, and it's going to back them up.
That'll bring them all the way back inside their own 10-yard line.
So this has been a tough start here to the second half. Didn't get a fantastic return there to start the drive. Started at the 17. And then obviously with the penalty, this is going to back them up a lot closer to their goal line. They're going to have this at the 7-yard line with 1st and 20 after the penalty. 11:44 left on the clock in our third quarter. This is the first possession of the second half. Darlington with the football. Now with their backs up against the wall a little bit here. Jack Payne at quarterback. Cordero in the backfield with him. 4 wide set. There's the snap. He's got a good pocket. Puts the ball in the air. He's got a good throw, and it is going to be well defended and incomplete. That was great defense.
It really was. And that was number 9, L.J. Green on the coverage. Just a sophomore for the Braves. Payne laid that one out there.
Charlie Jones was the intended receiver, so number 9 on number 9.
Yeah, it was a bang-bang play, but that sets up 2nd and 20 from the 7. And the Tigers had a little wrinkle that they came out with that wildcat, but the holding penalty has put them back behind the chains.
So Payne's set to take the snap. He's backed up close to his own goal line at the 2. There's the snap. He's going to hand it off. They give it to Cordero. Try to give him a little breathing room. Gets out to around the 6.
I tell you what, man, there has not been much breathing room between the tackles for the Darlington running game tonight. And credit the Braves defense. Those big boys on the defensive line, they have done their job tonight. But the Tigers have, however, been able to find open space in the secondary. And we'll see how much Brent Bell and Tommy Athel want to gamble here on 3rd and 20 from their own 7-yard line.
Owens comes off the field. DJ Johnson on. He's going to line up in the slot on that far side. Here on the near side in the slot, you have Eli Thompson. Cordero in the backfield with Payne. Payne drops back into the end zone, puts the ball in the air. Talon Shirey makes a nice grab. He's up. He cuts towards the inside of the field at the 40. He's brought down. He gets it to the 41. Two flags come in.
Okay, we're going to get 15 yards on the end of that one. And really just a nice little deep curl from Shirey there. Payne was on target. Shirey made a man miss, picks up a huge first down, so the Tigers were not afraid to throw downfield, and they've had success with it all night, Matt, and the 15 yards at the end of this run will put Darlington in Heard County territory. This should get it right around the Heard County 45, and the momentum just took a big swing there as things didn't start well for the Tigers, but they were able to capitalize on that opportunity.
Indeed, and we're really seeing a connection between Jack Payne and Shirey in this football game. He already hit him for a touchdown pass earlier in the game, and they had their backs up against the wall. He hits him for another pass, and now they've got it on Heard County side of the field after that big play. That was fantastic. We're going to line up in a pistol. Cordero in the backfield here with Jack Payne. 1st and 10 for the Tigers. It's going to be a 4-wide set as they get ready to go, leading at 10-0 with 10:43 remaining in the 3rd quarter. Payne takes the snap, drops back. He's got company in the backfield. He is going to tuck and run the football and stays up, breaks 2 tackles, and it takes 3 guys before they're able to finally get him down, Ian.
But I tell you what, with Shelley already out, I know Coach Athel was holding his breath right there just a little bit, but a great move there by Payne as he got rid of 2 tacklers there.
Hey, that wheel route was wide open up top.
And the officials are getting together, having a little conference on something. But a 6-yard pickup by Jack Payne. Again, he did a great job of going through all of his reads before he decided to run. Just doing an outstanding job of keeping his eyes downfield.
Tell him to cover the wheel route. Tell him to cover his freaking man. It was wide open. And talking through it about the wheel route.
I'm seeing the same things as the Heard County coaches, man. The receivers are running free right now. Payne didn't see. It was DJ Johnson that was wide open on that wheel route, and Payne did not see him. He was on the other side of the field as he was flushed out to his left.
Well, this is 2nd and 4 here for the Tigers. They've got the ball on the 38-yard line on Heard's side of the field with Darlington leading at 10-0 here early in the 2nd half. Payne lines up with Cordero slightly to his right. Pistol formation, 4-wide set, 2 on each side. There's the snap. They're going to give it to Cordero. Bounces to the near side, finds a little more room, and then punishes a defender as he goes out of bounds.
You got to love a running back that looks for contact, and this Cordero kid is out there. He's not afraid to lower the shoulder. He did it at the end of that run, his best run of the evening, and a Parker and Lundy first down. That's right.
So the chains are moving here for the Darlington Tigers as they get ready to line up this time at the 33-yard line of Heard County side of the field. And they're going to send 2 wide out to the far side. And the slot's going to be DJ Johnson. Out for wide right is going to be Bagby. Here on the near side, you got Thompson and then Jones. Here comes the snap. They're going to hand it off to nope. Quarterback's going to keep it and run around the edge, and he's going to pick up about 5 yards.
I tell you what, this success in the running game is going to open things up downfield. Jack Payne is picking up yards on the ground. Cordero's getting loose. Darlington is really finding a rhythm on this drive. And let's not forget, they had backed themselves up all the way to their own 7-yard line early. So this has been some drive.
So shotgun formation, 2 wide on each side. Cordero in the backfield here with Jack Payne. Payne ready to take the snap on 2nd and 3. Ball's in the air. He connects with Jones. That was Charlie Jones and gets the first down here on the near side.
Another Parker and Lundy first down. The Tigers are rolling, Matt Davis.
Indeed they are. Up 10-0, threatening here fairly early in our third quarter of the football game. They've got the ball right at the nose of the red zone at the 20-yard line. Shotgun formation, 2 wide on each side. I believe that is Owens in the backfield with Payne. Payne is looking to throw. He's got company. He's going to tuck and run, and he's going to be brought down just inside the 20.
And we're going to have a holding on the Tigers there as Payne held the ball and was rolling out to his left. There was a holding on the backside there, and that's going to back the Tigers up and put a hold to this momentum that they've got going on this drive. It'll put them at I think 2nd and 15 or 2nd and 20.
Get him back, get him in there.
Yeah, it'll be 2nd and 20.
Officials march it off, and now they're going to drop back to the 34-yard line, as you mentioned, bringing up 2nd and 20 here for the Tigers with 9:06 left to go in the third quarter. Jack Payne will line them up. Al Owens is going to be in the backfield with him. DJ Johnson comes off of this package on as Timmy Smith. He's going to line up in the slot here on the near side, and next to him is going to be Charlie Jones, split wide to the left. And we wait for the snap, and here it is. Payne's got the ball in his hands. He's got some company in the backfield, and he is going to take a sack and a pretty big loss.
And Heard County's dialing up the pressure now. After a great start to this drive, they are moving in the wrong direction.
So that's going to drop them all the way back to the 45-yard line here for this play. We're just under 8:30 to go in our third quarter.
So that's 2nd a mile. I mean, they've got to get down to the 10-yard line or close to it to pick up a first down.
So they got 35 yards to go in order to get a first down. As they line up at the 45-yard line, Darlington on the Heard County side of the field, working right to left, leading 10-0 with a 4-wide set. Here comes the snap. Owens is in the backfield. There's a pass. It is in the hands of Charlie Jones. He is on the run, breaks several tackles, stays up. Great spin move at the end of the play, and he is able to get down to the 25, 24-yard line, somewhere thereabouts.
Yeah, just a nice little quick screen to the outside, and Jones made the most of it, breaking a couple of tackles there and getting the Darlington Tigers into a third and manageable and out of a bad situation.
So when all is said and done, that turns into about a 21-yard play, I believe. And that's going to set up a 3rd down and 13 here for the Tigers, as they still have to get it to the 10-yard line to grab that first down. Cordero is going to be in the backfield here with Jack Payne for this set. They're going to send 3 wide to the near side and 1 off to that far side. And here comes 3rd down and 13. Payne drops back, fakes. He's got company, and he is going to have to tuck the football and run. He kept looking for somebody open, but nobody was there, and he is going to take another sack.
Held it a little too long on that one, but definitely trying to make a play downfield. A little frustrated as he looks over to the sidelines. Coach Eighth is saying, just take off with it. But it's been a back and forth drive here to open the second half for the Tigers, and they're going to line up and roll the dice here on 4th down as they're out of field goal range, kind of in no man's land here at the 30-yard line.
Yeah, I think they may be having a little bit of issues with some of the numbers on the scoreboard because we're no longer getting down in distance and that kind of thing, so we'll have to make sure to stay on top of that. Pistol formation, quarterback's got the ball. Payne puts it in the air, and that is going to be incomplete. He was diving for it. It was heading for Charlie Jones. He's still down on the turf. We may have an injury situation here.
He came down hard on his shoulder, Matt.
He really did, and right out of the gate, Coach Atha is heading over, as well as one of the trainers here from Floyd.
Nothing malicious there. The defender, number 18, Qua Nelson, came down with all his weight, and it just really buried his shoulder into the turf, so let's hope he's okay.
Indeed. So we may have a little bit of a stoppage of play while they check that young man out. Again, it was Charlie Jones, the intended receiver, made a tremendous effort to get to that ball. And right now, as we mentioned, he's out on the turf, and it looks like he's in some pain there. So we got about 6:19 left here of our third quarter. Darlington 10, Heard County 0. And while they work on him, we're going to step out for a 1-minute timeout. We'll be back. County obviously will take over. They have the football on first down. They're going to run it and pick up about 5 yards on that first play.
And this the Braves' first possession of the game. They really kind of shifted their focus to trying to establish that running game. The turnovers have really been the story for them. They've had some success moving the football. They just haven't been able to capitalize on it, putting the ball on the turf or throwing the interceptions. So we'll see if they can put it all together or if this Darlington defense can keep it going.
So that's going to set up 2nd down and 4 here for Heard County. They're going to pound the ball again. And great defense by Darlington as Antoine Carter is going to be stopped and probably didn't pick up more than a yard there.
No, nothing cooking there. Great defense there, and I think it was big Gus Gamage that stopped that up. Him and Christian McClooney having a heck of a game.
So this drive started on the 29-yard line here for Heard County. And right now they've got a 3rd down and 3. The line to gain is that 39-yard line. Heard County on their side of the field trailing 10-0 here at Chris Hunter Stadium playing against the Tigers tonight. Almost to the 5-minute here of our third quarter. They're going to run a fishbone here. Quarterback under center. There's the snap. They're going to hand it off and go around the left side. Man spins around, came real close to the first down. I think he may have gotten it there. And that was that 13 again?
Yeah, it was O'Neal. Yeah, it was O'Neal on the carry. And, man, you don't see the wishbone too often anymore, but they lined up in it and ran it successfully.
Indeed they did. So that brings it down to the 41-yard line. Fresh set of downs here for Heard County. Just under 5 minutes to play in the third. Everybody in tight, going with that fishbone again. Quarterback under center. Finch is getting ready to take the snap, and he was going to pitch immediately to Isaiah Neal, but we have a whistle and a flag.
See, is that on Darlington?
I believe it was. Was it encroachment?
It may have been, or a legal substitution. Either. Yeah, 5 yards. I think it was substitution.
So now it's going to be on the 46-yard line, Heard County with the football after the turnover on downs from Darlington. And they'll get ready for this play. From the wishbone again, Finch under center, takes the snap, he'll pitch, they'll go to the left, and with O'Neal, and they get a first down, stays up, and is going to go down the sidelines where he goes out of bounds at around the 38-yard line. Ball came out, but I believe he was out of bounds when it did.
Yeah, I thought they might throw a flag for a late hit there as well, but did not come out. So Heard County's gone to a new formation here, running the wishbone these last 4 snaps, and they've found some success. See if they stick with it.
That's going to bring up first down here for Heard County as they've now got the ball on the Darlington 38. Again, Darlington on top right now, 10-0 with 4:32 remaining in the third quarter. Wishbone again. Finch will take the snap from under center. He'll pitch immediately. This time they come to the right side with it, and the defense was dialed in and ready. Five Tigers all over.
Guess who was the first man there? Highland Thomas. Guy is a ball hawk. He has had a heck of a ball game. Now, he had a whole host of his teammates right behind him, but he slowed down the running back there on the pitch play. And the best way to stop this wishbone offense is to have them behind the chains. We know that. We watched a lot of Paul Johnson.
Oh, yeah.
His option offense. That first down is key.
Well, that brings up 2nd and 13 here after the loss, and this time they go back to an I formation with a 2 wide receiver set on the far side. There's the snap. They're going to hand it off, and he is going to be stopped immediately. Gatlin Hancock was there, and then 2 other Tigers in on that pursuit. Who actually brought him down?
I believe it was Christian McClooney. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. And Gus Gamage was on that too. Yeah.
So Gamage, McClooney.
This D-line's played a whale of a ball game. They really have.
They're going to rest really well tonight, aren't they?
No doubt.
That's going to bring up 3rd and about 14 here for Heard County. And they're going to send 3 wide receivers to the far side. And back in the backfield with Finch is going to be Antoine Carter. Man goes in motion from the near side, or from the far side over here to the near side. There's the snap. Play action they go. Finch will put it in the air, and wide receiver had a hard time finding the ball in the lights, and it sails out of bounds.
It was 5 yards out of bounds. That was a bad throw by Finch. He floated that one all the way. I don't know if he's a little gun shy, but the pressure wasn't there that time. Just a bad pass, and Heard County's gonna have to punt. Is this their first punt? I think they've either turned it over or turned it over on downs on every possession. So.
Indeed, I think this is only the 2nd punt of the game because Darlington's only punted it one time as well, I believe. So the punter is also the place kicker. Eli Lawson is going to kick it away here for Heard County. Back deep here for Darlington at around the 12-yard line is Eli Thompson. And we wait on the snap here on 4th down. There it is. Here is the kick. It's going to be a spiraling kick that'll drop in at about the 15, and it's going to be stopped by number 13, Isaiah O'Neal. And so not wonderful field position for Darlington to start the drive.
Could have been worse, though. Yeah, absolutely. I think O'Neal, he kind of looked up like he had done something wrong, but you never know which way that ball is going to bounce. It could have kicked back and been a favorable bounce for the Tigers. Instead, he decided to scoop it up while it was in the air, and the Tigers will take over just shy of their own 15-yard line for their 2nd possession. We're already down to 2:53 on the clock. This game has just melted away.
Last possession for the Tigers. They started on their own 17, were backed up to about the 7, got it all the way down the field, and then eventually turned it over on downs. Here comes the snap. They're going to hand it off to Cordero. He is going to try to muscle through. Maybe got a couple of yards on that play because of a strong effort up front, but not a whole lot of room to go.
Yeah, it has been tough sledding up the middle all night against this stout defensive line from Heard County.
Indeed. So that brings up 2nd down and 9 here for the Tigers with 2:30 left here in the 3rd quarter, with the Tigers leading at 10-0. Pitching a shutout here against Heard County. Defense has really stood tall in this football game.
Absolutely.
3 wide far side, 1 near side. Darlington working right to left. There's going to be a quick pitch out to the right side to Bowden. Owens trying to get him in space, and he finds some room on the edge. Dives forward at the end of the play.
I think he got a first down, man.
I was about to say he was real close if he didn't get it, but I'm with you. I'm thinking they're about to move the chains.
And that is where the spot is good. The chains are moving. That's a Parker and Lundy first down.
Indeed it is. So we're almost to the 2-minute mark, and the Tigers moving the chains. Rome Orthopedic Center High School football scoreboard show tonight. If things keep moving how they're going right now, they're going to get started on time. That hasn't happened much this season so far.
You might have time to get them a free pizza.
Hey, who knows? I might take it to them. Don't get your hopes up, guys, though. We'll see. Pistol formation, 4 wide set for Darlington. Right to left they move. They're going to hand it off to Owens. He'll muscle through and pick up a pretty decent chunk of yards, maybe 3 or 4.
A nice handoff there. They're keeping them honest. That allows them to, open up that play action pass and the rollout, which has been successful since the beginning of the game.
Cordero back on here for this particular package. Owens will stay on the field, but this time he's going to line up as a slot receiver, it looks like. Here to the near side is Slade Clevenger at wide receiver. So 2nd down and about 7 here for the Tigers. They've got the ball on the 28-yard line in their own territory. Here's the snap. Quarterback going to put it in the air, and that one's going to sail over the receiver's head. It's incomplete.
Yeah, it looked like a miscommunication there as Payne rolled out, throwing back across his body, too. That's always a tough throw to make. But it will set up. And then again, we're third down and 7.
Yeah, they don't have the down and distance on the scoreboard any longer this evening, so we're having to just rely on looking out on the field for that. Talon Shirey will be in for this package. He's had a big game so far.
He has. He's been Payne's favorite target for sure.
Little bit of confusion right before the snap. Now they're going to stack a couple of receivers on each side. In the backfield's Cordero. Quarterback dropping back, looking to pass. Payne puts it in the air. It's caught by Shirey. That's been money tonight.
I'll tell you what, Payne stepped into that pass and fired it with authority to his favorite target, Mr. Shirey. Have yourself a night, and that moves the chains for another Parker and Lundy. First down.
39-yard line is where it'll be as they get set up for this series of downs. DJ Johnson out onto the field for Eli Thompson. Bowden Owens is standing in the backfield right now. Cordero is going to line up at that sniffer position over on the right side of the formation. Shirey still on the field over on the far side. And this is first down and 10 here for the Tigers at the 39-yard line. Still on their side of the field, threatening to move it into Heard County territory. There's the snap. They're going to play action. Quarterback in trouble. He'll take a sack and a loss of about 6 yards.
And I tell you what, Heard County has decided to not let Jack Payne sit back there in the pocket and pick them apart. They're dialing up the pressure a little bit more here in the third quarter. So that's going to be, this is where the chess match comes in. You're going to have to make some adjustments to counter the blitz packages that are being thrown at you by the Braves.
So we've got 51 seconds left on the clock here in the third quarter. Darlington up where they were at halftime. 10-0 is your score. Cordero comes off. Eli Thompson on. It looks like they may go empty set here for the Tigers on this down. No one in the backfield with Jack Payne. So you got 5 wide receivers.
Oh, you got a timeout here by Darlington. Want to get collected and see if they can get themselves in a position to pick up first down.
Well, let's take a break. 23.6 left on the clock in the third quarter. Darlington 10, Heard County 0. We'll be back in just moments.
Wonderful night. It's been a little chilly in here.
I know. We had to close the vent on the air conditioner, and you had made the comment that it's kind of hard to complain about being chilly in the early part of September at one of these football games.
I'm not used to it.
Nice cold over here. I feel pretty comfortable right now. Shotgun formation, going to have 2 wide receivers on the far side, 1 on the near. Cordero's at the sniffer position. Ball's on the turf, and it's going to be picked up by the Tigers. They will cover. It wasn't Payne who was able to fall on it. It was actually Will Bagby who got it. Big heads-up play for him, saving a turnover, but that was not exactly how they drew the play up.
Yeah, it was a low snap. I don't think Payne was looking for it when it was snapped, and I think they'll let the clock run out, and we'll head to the fourth quarter.
All right, and with that said, Darlington heads to the fourth quarter with a 10-0 lead over Heard County here at home. We're going to step out for a 1-minute break. We'll be back for the final 12 minutes after these messages. Coming up after the game tonight, it'll be the Rome Orthopedic Center High School football scoreboard show, but only after we award the Honeymoon Bakery icing on the cake player of the game. Tomorrow it's Georgia Tech football as they host KSU, Kennesaw State. That'll be a noon kickoff, 10 o'clock airtime from the Georgia Tech radio network, so we're looking forward to having that tomorrow. And Braves baseball tomorrow evening at 7:20. Darlington gets ready to line up here for third down and a mile to go. I mean, they got a ways to go as they start the fourth quarter. Shotgun formation, 4 wide receiver set. Here's the ball in the air, headed towards a wide receiver. He catches it. That was Highland Thomas, and he hauls it inbounds. A first down, and Darlington has it in Heard County territory. What a heck of a play to start the final quarter.
I tell you what, man, 3rd and 25, and Jack Payne drops back and throws a dime to Highland Thomas, who we haven't seen out there playing wide receiver very much, but he's a tall guy, rangy guy. He beat his man. He hauled it in. He's made plays on defense. Now he's made a huge play on offense, but I tell you what, that is a huge, huge play. If the Tigers can get a touchdown here, you got to love their chances to close this game out.
1st and 10 Tigers. Ball on the 26-yard line on the Heard County side of the field. There's the snap. The give to Owens. Goes up the middle, and he is able to pick up maybe 2 or 3 yards, if that.
There's a scrap for the ball, too.
I know. It looks like Heard County thinks they have the football. Darlington's pointing their way. We'll see who comes out with it. But
Darlington has the ball. Yeah, absolutely. Bryant Powell emerged from the pile there with the ball in his hand, so
dodged a bullet there.
That's the first time I've heard a train tonight.
Pretty sure that's the first one. Very interesting. We usually don't make it.
Train number 2.
Oh, okay.
We missed one.
it.
We missed one.
We got so into the game we didn't even notice it going by. Pistol formation, 4 wide set, 2nd down and 9. There's the snap. They're going to give it to Cordero. He is going to be brought down, but he is able to get about 3 or 4 yards there.
Yeah, a little contact after the play there as Gamage got tangled up with big Jackson Akins. And no harm, no foul there. No flags fly. Got about a 3rd and 6 here for the Darlington Tigers, as this would be a crucial score.
So the ball's at the 24-yard line. Tigers look off to the sidelines. Cordero in the backfield with Jack Payne. 2 wide on each side of the formation. Darlington working left to right, leading at 10-0, trying to add to that lead. Payne drops back. He's got company immediately, and he is going to put it in the air. It's going to be incomplete to
we're going to get a late hit here. Yeah, Payne got smacked late. I hope he is okay as his teammates rallied to his defense. That was a terrible hit. I hope Payne is all right.
I didn't see it. I was watching where the football was going, and right now, Coach Atha's pretty emphatic. Having a conversation with the officials.
He is indeed.
Get y'all's ass out. Get his ass out of there right now. Get his ass out off the field.
Apologize for any language that you may be hearing.
Things get real here in the booth.
Not part of our broadcast crew, just so you know. We don't have a lot of control over that.
Hey, I'm glad Jack is okay. That was a rough hit there, but it will benefit the Tigers as the pass fell incomplete. It was a late hit, sets them up with a 1st down at the 12-yard line when they would have been faced with a decision to make it 4th down.
So Jack Payne coming off to the sidelines right now, and coming in is going to be Jack Good. And one of the pieces of good news here is that Good has had some experience. He's had some playing time over the last couple of years, so he's not being thrown to the wolves yet.
Really good runner.
He's a good player. Well, actually, no.
Yeah, they're going
to snap it to Eli Thompson. Yep, they go right to Eli Thompson. He runs to the near side, and he goes inside the 10. 5, touchdown, Eli Thompson of the Darlington Tigers. They're up 16-0. Oh, my goodness.
I tell you what, Matt, and they brought in Thompson for the first play of the half. in that Wildcat formation, and he picked up a first down. It was negated by a holding penalty this time with Jack Payne taking a late hit. He trots off the sideline. Thompson comes in. High snap, but he's able to turn the corner, cut back to the inside, and score a touchdown that gives the Darlington Tigers a commanding 16-0 lead. With the way this ball game has gone, that touchdown right there will go a long way into securing a victory for the Tigers.
Well, Ryland Scott on for the extra point attempt to make this game 17-0 in favor of your Darlington Tigers. Here comes the snap from Kinsey, and it holds good. Kicks right down Broadway, so that makes it 17-0.
What a play, Matt. What a sequence of events there. It was a great drive by the Tigers. Let's not forget they were facing a 3rd and 25 from their own 25-yard line. And you saw Jack Payne drop back and deliver a dart to Highland Thomas down the sidelines. They continue to have success from there. The drive stalled out on 3rd down. Payne's pass fell incomplete, but after a late hit, it gave the drive new life. On the very next play, you watched Eli Thompson take a Wildcat snap and take it to the house, and the Tigers are up 17-0. Did you see this coming?
I did not see this coming. I thought that the Tigers would have a shot to be competitive and have a chance to potentially win this football game, but I never would have guessed that with 10 minutes and 14 seconds left in the game, they would have totally blanked Heard County and be up 70-0. No, I would not have thought that would have been the case.
Yeah, impressive performance here by the Tigers tonight. They have taken advantage of the opportunities that Heard has provided, but they have created their opportunities as well all night long.
And I just noticed another young man that we haven't mentioned his name tonight that's not in the game, Demarion Floyd. He has a tremendous amount of speed, and he's one of those guys that can escape. So they're missing some of their key guys, and they're up 17-0 over a very good football team. That's going to be end over end.
Fair catch signaled for, and that's where Heard County will take over. Down 17-0. They have all 3 timeouts. There's 10 minutes and 14 seconds left. This game is far from over, but with the way Heard has struggled to move the ball, and Finch in particular has struggled to pass with consistency, you got to like Darlington's chances to close this out.
So the ball is going to be at the 25-yard line after the fair catch was signaled by the young man that was able to pick it up there, Todd Huey, for Heard County, and they will get lined up with their backs up against the wall, trailing 17-0. So Heard County at the line of scrimmage. And let's see how they are going to line up. They're going to be under center in an I formation with 2 wide here on the near side, working from right to left. Finch takes the snap. He's going to hand it off. They'll muscle forward, and they will pick up not a whole lot there. So great job at the line of scrimmage by the Tigers.
I think it's safe to say, Matt, that Heard County's not going to be able to afford to keep pounding the rock with this much time left. I don't know how long they'll try to stick with this. It's what they do best, but they're going to have to open it up and pass if they want to fight their way back into this game.
And they went to Mon Jordan for that carry, and I don't remember calling his name before that play.
He had one, I think he had 1 carry in the first half, Matt, number 12.
Well, they're going to line up with 4 wide receivers this time, 2 on either side of the formation. And staying in the backfield is going to be Jordan. And here's the snap to Finch. He's going to give it to Jordan. He lowers his head and goes forward, but picked up maybe a yard if he got that.
They're going to have to change their strategy, as I mentioned before. 2 runs right up the middle and to the teeth of the Darlington defense, and they've been ready and stuffed them. I mean, they've picked up a yard on 2 carries. So now Finch is going to be in a must-pass situation. And we'll see if Darlington pins their ears back and comes after the quarterback.
3rd down and 8. Ball on the 27-yard line. Heard County still in their own territory. Dropping back. Going to put some air under it to a wide receiver, O'Neal, and he's greeted immediately after he makes the grab. So,
and Talon Shirey wanted to get in on the defense too. So he and Highland Thomas are competing with each other on both sides, just playing some outstanding football. Great tackle there. Heard's bringing out the special teams. They're going to punt this thing away. And with the way Darlington's been possessing the ball, I don't know how many more possessions Heard's going to get.
So a 3 and out here for Heard County on their possession, and now Darlington is going to get the ball back, leading it 17-0, pitching the shutout here tonight at home. And when you go back to the previous game, they were down 14-0 at St. Francis last week. So a few minutes into the second quarter, ever since then, they ain't given up anything.
Yeah, that's impressive. They're definitely playing safe here, watching for the fake. And you're going to have a delay of game, which is going to back Hurd up even further. The wheels are falling off for Hurd County. And on the other side of the ball, you have a razor-sharp focused Darlington Tigers team that's ready to finish this thing off.
And you also have Eli Thompson, who's going to be standing in Hurd County territory right at about the 49-yard line when we get ready for this kick. And he is a guy that can make you miss and make some big plays. So we get ready for number 31, Eli Lawson, to kick this ball away. Actually, they're going to snap it right in front of him. And a pass play.
Goodness.
They're going to connect and get a first down.
Got
They
a flag.
snapped it to Eccles. He threw a pass. It looked like a first down, but we have a flag. So there's something going on here.
Yeah, I think you're going to have a lineman that was too far downfield on this play, so it should be going back. You got an injured Tiger on the field too.
And he's kind of grabbing at his left knee, it looks like. And
so we got a lot to sort out here, but I do believe that will come back. Had to be looking for the fake there, but yeah, the whole offensive line had drifted too far down the field on that one.
7:46 left in the football game. Darlington 17, Hurd County 0. We have a man down here for the Tigers, but we're going to keep it right here because whenever I decide to take a timeout during an injury break, I always take too long of a timeout. So we'll keep it right here.
It's good that you recognize that.
Well, yeah.
You're dialed in too.
It's hard to gauge it.
Yeah,
it really is.
It is.
Well, we do want to mention to stay tuned after tonight's game. The Honeymoon Bakery icing on the cake player of the game. Also going to have the Rome Orthopedic Center High School football scoreboard show. And I like to call it the soon-to-be award-winning. We've been saying that for a few years.
Yeah.
The award hasn't happened, but at some point, I do believe it will.
Well, you need to go get a hot and ready on your way there.
It's going to be Randy Davis and Lynn Butler tonight. The Big Kahuna and Lenny B right again.
Hey, Island Thomas shaking up on the play. Let's hope this young man is okay. He has played an outstanding game, so I hate to see his night end as he's being assisted off the field, and hope that he's okay.
And it looks like it's involving his left leg at some point, and he's not putting any weight on it, so that's not a good sign.
It's not a good sign.
But like you say, he has had an unbelievably tremendous game tonight for the Tigers, and it's just been a great effort tonight for this football team. It's been fun to watch.
And Matt, sometimes, I like to be optimistic here. Sometimes it looks bad coming off the field and it ends up not being so significant. So let's hope that's the case for Mr. Thomas.
Oh, absolutely. Back to the line of scrimmage. Go the Braves as they will get ready to punt the football. There is the snap, and here comes the kick. After all of that, Eli Lawson, and that is going to drop it around the 50-yard line and is going to stop at about the 48. So good field position.
Absolutely. And you would expect we'll see what they dial up here, but you would expect a little more of the same from the Tigers. Try to possess the ball, run the clock, and take this thing to the house.
So the Tigers will come back to the line of scrimmage, 17-0. Unbelievable performance tonight for the Tigers. Coming up next week, we're going to be back here at Chris Hunter Stadium as the Tigers get ready to host the Heritage Catoosa Generals. And we'll look forward to that. That'll be a lot of fun. Tigers looking to go 2-1 here on this young season tonight by upsetting a good football team. There's a pass from Payne, and it is right into the hands of Shirey. Oh, my goodness. Had a defender on him, hauled it in, and he's inside the 10-yard line. My.
I tell you what, have yourself a night. Jack Payne, have yourself a night. Talon Shirey, they are tearing this defense apart.
They really are.
And you expect the Tigers maybe to come out and be conservative, run out the clock? Nope, let's go play action and chuck it deep.
I really suspected they were going to run the ball and play it conservative, to be honest with you. Caught him sleeping. Here comes the snap to Payne. They're going to give it to Owens. He stays up and is able to muscle his way through for a few yards there on 1st and goal. My goodness, that was an excellent play.
Tell you what, man, you had a 3-0 top 10 ranked Heard County team coming in here, and the Darlington Tigers are on the verge of routing them here at home.
Indeed,
impressive effort.
I believe the ball is on about the 7-yard line. Kind of hard to tell from this angle. Cordero in the backfield now with Jack Payne. Second down for the Tigers. There's a snap. Payne looking to throw up the middle of the field, and he goes to Showery. That's going to be incomplete. Turned a little bit too soon.
Yeah, a lot of traffic there in the middle too. Payne had his eyes on his target, and there were some other guys coming from the other direction. So that one falls incomplete.
Showery having an excellent game, as we mentioned. Jack Payne, that's been his favorite target tonight, and they've connected several times for big plays. Timmy Smith is going to be on for this package. Going to have a wide receiver split to the far side. That's Showery. In the slot will be Smith on that far side. Have a couple to the near.
May have to burn a timeout right here. Yeah.
Payne getting ready to take the snap. He's got it in his hands, and we had a whistle right before the snap, so I think he got the timeout.
Oh, they're going to get the flag here. Had a tough time getting guys on and off the field and in the right position. Did they get the timeout?
I don't believe so. 6:18 left in the football game. Actually 6:25, 17-0, Darlington on top. They remain on the football field. There goes a water bottle across the crowd.
Yeah, don't know where that came from.
I don't either.
At least it wasn't an egg.
Yeah, exactly. Shotgun formation, 4 wide set. Here's the snap. Payne pulls it down. It's going to put the ball in the air, and that is going to be incomplete as the wide receiver was Eli Thompson, had a defender between him and the ball.
He sure did. It was a fade route. Ball was delivered where it needed to be, but great defense there by number 40, Chris Pruitt, a senior for the Braves, making the play. That sets up a 3rd down, correct?
Fourth. They're going to try to kick a field goal, it looks like. So Ryland Scott is going for his 2nd field goal attempt of the season, and this is going to be of the 27-yard variety, I believe. Here comes the kick, and it is going to be through the uprights. That is his 2nd tonight, Ian.
All right, Matt, 20-0 Tigers with 6:16 remaining.
So Ryland Scott comes through with another great kick and a field goal there for the Tigers. As you mentioned, Tigers moved the score to 20-0 as they'll get ready to kick it away in just moments to this Heard County Braves team, which really Heard is, they know the reputation of Darlington. They played them a few times over the years, so they know the reputation, but they have to be a little bit stunned by the way this game is going for them right now.
I think that Heard led the series 2-1, but they've all been close contests. And you're coming into the Tigers' den, you got to expect fight, and Darlington has certainly brought the fight to Heard County tonight.
And I believe a couple of those years were back when Emory Jones was the quarterback, and Darlington had the pleasure of getting to chase him around the backfield a couple of times.
I'm looking forward to watching Emory play tomorrow.
Oh, I bet you are. Yeah. Full slate of college football games coming up tomorrow, and man, I had goosebumps last weekend watching the stadiums with the full crowds and the excitement and everything going along with that. It just wasn't the same last year.
It was wonderful in its own way. I'm so glad we had it, but yeah, to see it back to the way we're used to seeing college football has been fantastic.
Looks like this time Cordero is going to tee it up here for the Tigers. And they're going to have one man back deep here for Heard County, Inamoto. Well, they have a couple, Inamoto, and then also, again, Nelson, who's been back there for him. This is going to be a short kick. It's going to drop in at about the 26. It's going to be brought out by number 16, Todd Huey, and he cuts up towards the middle of the field and gets to about the 39-yard line, so they'll set up shop with good field position.
Yeah, nice return. But Darlington's defense has been up to the challenge. I guess really at this point, Matt, it's can they preserve the shutout? Can they keep the Braves off the scoreboard altogether? It's been an impressive effort. The first half, that was highlighted by 3 turnovers. This half, they've really just shut them down. There has not been anywhere for this Braves offense to go. I was surprised that they ran the ball like they did on the last drive. It already seemed like it was must-pass territory, but they're in the shotgun this time around.
Yeah, and they started off the half in a wishbone formation, tried some different things, and just been frustrated tonight. Pistol formation, there's a snap. Finch is going to put the ball in the air, swings it out to the right side, connects with a wide receiver. That was a good play, picked up about 6 or 7 yards there as he's able to connect with Antoine Carter.
And they do have a full complement of timeouts. All 3 are on the board. But they're not moving with the urgency I would expect a team that's down 20-0 with 6 minutes to go. For some reason, the clock is not running.
Pistol formation. Carter in the backfield. There's the snap. Quarterback looking to throw. He's got some company, and he's able to elude a defender, get the pass out, but he throws it out of bounds. And the clock is not running.
Yeah, that's a problem. We probably had 30 or 40 seconds that should have run off the clock.
Oh, definitely. And I'm not sure, what's been going on tonight, but there's been, obviously there's some items not on the scoreboard, and there have been a couple of issues. So I think they may be having some kind of issues with the electronics, perhaps.
They'll have to keep
Yeah, I just heard it's right on the field, but not on the scoreboard. So,
all right, the officials have a hold on this, so we'll do our best to let you know what's going on.
Maybe we can get somebody to check in with them.
It was running up until we got to 6:11. So. 3rd down and a short 3, it looks like, for the Heard County Braves here from their own 47-yard line.
So Finch ready to take the snap from the shotgun with 3 wide, 2 on the near side, 1 on the far side. He's going to run it off to the right side. They almost get him, and he's able to elude a couple of defenders, gets the first down, and he gets down to about the 45 in Darlington territory.
Yeah, still scrapping.
Clock's moving now.
It is. That'll be a first down, which moves the chains and stops the clock as Finch fought for every yard there. Gus Gamage had him around the shoulder pads but couldn't bring him down. Finch has such a low center of gravity. He's probably a hard guy to tackle, real slippery. Had a heck of a game against the Tigers last year.
So shotgun formation, 2 wide near side, 1 far side. In the backfield's Carter with Finch. Finch will drop back looking to throw, puts the ball in the air, pretty good spiral, and that is going to be incomplete.
Defense. I mean, the ball was put right out there. This receiver's got 5-6 inches on Eli Thompson. I believe it was Eli.
It was Eli.
Yeah, and he goes up and high points the ball. Just an outstanding defensive effort there by Thompson. I don't know who to give these cupcakes to. It's going to be a tough call.
I hear you.
This may be the toughest one we've had. Thompson's put his name in the hat.
Yeah, the last couple of weeks there were some guys that were in the running, but the choice was fairly clear. But this week, man, it is going to be tough. Finch is going to take the snap, running off to the right side, and a nice move as he cuts back inside a little bit and is able to get a first down. He's a tough runner. He is.
The key here, if Darlington does end up giving up some points, they want it to take as long as possible for them to get in the end zone. Right now, Heard has still managed not to use any of their timeouts as we're under 5 minutes. And the clock is ticking. If the scoreboard's correct, we've got 4:41 to go.
And it is 1st and 10. Finch with Carter in the backfield. Man goes in motion from left to right. And here's the snap. Finch will drop back, puts it in the air up the middle of the field. That is well defended, incomplete.
Sure was. I believe that was Joel Lowenberg that broke on the ball and broke that pass up. A freshman, huh?
Freshman.
Yeah, he's made some outstanding plays today.
So we got 4:30 left. Darlington 20, Heard County 0. We're in the 4th quarter of this football game with a 2nd and 10 coming up here for Heard County. They've got it over on the 31-yard line of Darlington's side of the field. Carter in the backfield with Finch. Finch is going to drop back, going to throw one towards the end zone. Got an open receiver, and he's able to haul it in. That was Isaiah O'Neal, and the first score of the game from Heard County. That was a good throw and a nice catch with an open receiver.
It sure was. And O'Neal got back behind the defense there and was able to reel that one in. Finch threw a dart for a touchdown. So the shutout is off the board. Heard County didn't have to use any of their timeouts. Used just around 2 minutes of clock there. And I'm sure they'll attempt an onside kick here to see if they can get the ball back and climb back in this game.
And here comes the point after attempt, and it is going to be through the uprights off the boot of Eli Lawson. So that makes it a 20-7 football game with 4:25 left in the game, Ian. This is still a game.
It is still a game. That was a quick strike, and they managed the clock well, didn't have to call any timeouts. So they still have all three. And they're going to force the Tigers to recover an onside kick here and possess the ball to finish this game off.
So again, 4:25 left to go, fourth quarter. Darlington 20. The shutout is no longer, as Heard County was just able to pick up a pass play, a touchdown pass from Finch to O'Neal in the end zone. A nice play, and gives them their first score here late in the fourth quarter, and now we have a 20-7 football game here at Chris Hunter Stadium. So again, Darlington, you'd much rather be in their position, but this football game is certainly not over yet.
Absolutely not, Matt. I mean, it looked like it was a done deal. This Braves offense looked flat and finished, if you ask me, just a possession ago, but they were able to muster up 7 points. You're going to bring your hands team out here if you're Darlington. Make sure you recover this onside kick and see if you can run the clock out.
So here comes the onside attempt by Eli Lawson of Heard County as the Darlington Tigers prepare to go get it. It has the distance, the 10 yards. Did they get it? They came close, didn't they? Darlington got it.
It was Smith, Timmy Smith, covered the ball. Darlington will take over at their own 49-yard line here with 4:24 to go. Heard County again has all three timeouts. I would imagine that the Darlington Tigers will force them to use those or drain the clock if they decide to save them. And let this defense continue to do what they have done all night. Now, they will have to do it without the services of Highland Thomas. He has played an outstanding ball game. He just left the field on crutches after suffering an injury early in the fourth.
Well, here comes the snap from the shotgun formation. The handoff to Bowden Owens, runs around to the edge to the near side and gets across the 50. So that'll be a pickup of about 2 yards there for the Tigers on first down.
Good job there by Owens. You know, you're running to the outside. You want to fight for every yard, and it's easy to keep it going and run out of bounds. He stayed in bounds. He kept the clock rolling. Heard County is opting to let the clock run, at least for this set of downs. I believe they're going to try to save those timeouts and see if they can get a stop.
So second down and a long 8 here for the Tigers. Jack Payne in at quarterback, done a fantastic job tonight. It's going to be lined up in a pistol. 2 wide receivers near side, 1 far side. There's the snap. They're going back to Owens. Gets a nice block, stays up. Cordero sprung that block for him. He gets down to the 30, and they get a first down.
That's the best run by a back all night. And Owens breaks that one loose. Braves defense selling out, really, to try to stop him behind the line of scrimmage. And Owens gets loose, picks up a huge first down, stays in bounds. When the chains are set, that clock will run, and the Braves will have to make some tough decisions on how they want to manage their timeouts the rest of this ball game.
So first and 10 for the Tigers from the 29-yard line in Heard County territory. Darlington 20, Heard County 7. We're at the 3:18 mark of this football game. That was a big, big play.
It sure was.
Previous play. Pistol formation. Here comes the snap. Payne's going to hand it off to Owens. A good block again for Bowden Owens, and he picks up about 5 yards.
And there,
do it again.
Yeah, there hasn't been much room to work with on the ground. This Heard County defense has been excellent at defending the run, but all of a sudden the Tigers are getting a little more push up front and picking up some big yards.
And I think that speaks to the conditioning that Darlington puts in. They're in great shape, and they have some energy here late in this football game and getting a final push here here to try to finish off Heard County and come away with a win here at home and move their record to 2-1.
Again, we've got a stopped clock on the scoreboard, but the play clock is still running, so I apologize to our listeners. We're not really sure where we are here, but I believe the clock is still running. Heard County has not used a timeout.
Shotgun formation, they hand it to Owens. He comes here to the near side, tries to get it out to the edge this time. Not a lot there, not a lot of room on the edge.
All right, and Heard County will use their first of 3 timeouts after that play.
All right, so we're going to do the same thing. 2:15 left in the game. Darlington 20, Heard County 7. We'll be back in just a few moments for 3rd and short. Ian.
Yeah, absolutely. This would be the dagger. This would pretty much end it if they can pick this up, and they may take two downs to do it, and push Heard County to use their final 2 timeouts. 2:15 remains. Darlington's up 20-7.
So the Tigers back to the line of scrimmage here for this 3rd and short. In the backfield is Owens. He has done a fantastic job tonight. He's had a big drive on this drive. Payne getting ready to take the snap from the pistol. Gives it to Owens. He tries to go through the pile, and he's going to be stopped short. So that's going to bring up 4th down.
It sure is, and Heard County will use their 2nd timeout.
So we've got 2:08 remaining here in this football game, and we're going to keep it here, Ian, as we don't want to miss any of the action. And plus, I think our board operator went to get a drink of water.
Well, good.
So
Good.
We're going to keep it right here. Yes, he was. He's very thirsty. He just came back from a little bit of an illness, and hydration is one of the keys to recovery. Keep that in mind.
And running the boards, man. You got to hydrate to run those boards.
Exactly.
And gear up for the scoreboard show, man. It's not a sprint, it's a marathon, right?
No, those guys are chomping at the bit, man. They're back together again and fired up. So we've got, again, the Honeymoon Bakery icing on the cake player of the game coming up in just a little bit, followed by the Rome Orthopedic Center High School football scoreboard show. But this game is not over. Still 2:08 remaining in the football game. And again, coming up tomorrow, we're going to have Georgia Tech football, Braves baseball in the evening. So looking forward to all of that. And then next week, we're going to be back here at Chris Hunter Stadium as the Tigers get ready to host the Heritage Generals. And the Generals, I think we pointed this out earlier, but they've only played 1 game so far. They didn't start their season until, I believe, September the 3rd, this past weekend, because they had to deal with some COVID issues. I can't remember if it was with their team or the opponent or what it was, but they hadn't seen a lot of action yet. Some teams have played 4 games already.
They're going to be running into a Darlington team that is already well seasoned.
Pistol formation. Payne is going to pitch here to the near side to Owens, and he goes towards the sidelines. Got it. That should be the end of the game, folks.
He did get out of bounds, so the clock will stop, but that's a fresh set of downs. That is a Parker and Lundy end the game, 1st down, the biggest one of the night right there.
Oh, the best kind right there. So 2:03 left on the clock. Darlington 20, Heard County 7. It has been an excellent night here at Chris Hunter Stadium on Jerry Sharp Field, hanging out at the lakeside. Darlington Tigers having a big time tonight. They're going to celebrate big time after this game, because this is a big one. Very good opponent. There's the snap. Payne is going to hand it off to Owens. He runs to the near side again, gets inside the 20 to the 18. So he might have picked up a yard, perhaps.
And we'll see if Heard County decides. They may just go ahead and call it a night. There.
1:38 on the clock.
And counting.
Yep.
And man, it's nice to see the students back over here in the main stands. They were over in the end zone last year. I don't even know the name of this song. I just know it's from Dirty Dancing.
Here's the snap to Payne. He's going to hand it off to Owens. He's got some room to run, and he's inside the 10. And the Darlington Tigers may not be unscored in this football game yet.
It's possible. They could pop another one. I mean, you've got a defense that's selling out to stuff the run. So every now and then you're going to find a crease in that situation. Timmy Smith trots on the field. Bowden Owens comes off to a well-deserved ovation. He has really carried the load here on this drive for the Tigers with some big runs.
Oh, absolutely. Helping the Tigers seal the victory here. Late in this football game, 40 seconds left to go. Darlington 20, Herd 7. As Payne gets ready to take the snap, it's in his hands, and he'll take a knee. And that should do it, Ian.
Yeah, that is it. Herd's not going to burn that last time out. The Darlington Tigers have scored a 20-7 victory over the number 10 ranked Herd County Braves. What a night here at Chris Hunter Stadium.
You're not kidding. Couldn't have said it better myself, and we're glad that you're with us tonight on WLAQ for Darlington football as the time runs out on the clock. Again, Darlington, your winner tonight. They moved to 2-1 for the season, Ian. They picked up 2 victories in a row, but this one has got to taste really good tonight because Herd County coming in 3-0. They had beaten 3 quality opponents, South Atlanta, Pepperell, I believe Manchester was the 3rd team that they had taken down this year. Had a great year last year, had some momentum going into the game, and the Tigers said, not on our home field tonight, and win it 20-7.
Yeah, absolutely not. I mean, this is a Herd County team that's only given up 9 points a game. The Tigers hang 20 on them and get a big win in front of a big crowd. Great atmosphere, great. You couldn't ask for a better night.
You really couldn't. And as we've mentioned, they're without the services of obviously Patrick Shelley, who's been out for the entire season so far. Thomas Bethel still out. You didn't have Caleb Thompson tonight. You didn't have DeMarion Floyd. There were a bunch of guys that did not get to participate in this football game. But what we're going to do right now, they're switching over a lot. We need to take one more break, guys, before you do that, and that way we can come back and award the Honeymoon Bakery icing on the cake player of the game, and then get you ready for the Rome Orthopedic Center High School football scoreboard show. So we're going to take one more break, and then we'll come back and we'll wrap things up here from Chris Hunter Stadium. We'll be back in a few moments after we have a little conference here.
It's a tough one. How long that touchdown catch he had was? It was 42 yards. Okay.
Darlington Tigers celebrating a hard-fought, big-time victory here tonight in their third game of the year, moving to 2-1. They win it in dominating fashion for the most part. 20-7 is your final score, and it's now time to award the Honeymoon Bakery Icing on the Cake Player of the Game. And we certainly had to have some discussion about it, but we had agreement up here in the press box tonight. But it's pretty rare when you see a wide receiver come out and have 144 yards in a football game, score a touchdown, and have some big plays that really were part of the catalyst that got this team on the move in this game and helped them win. So tonight, the Honeymoon Bakery Icing on the Cake Player of the Game winner is
Talon Shirey.
Talon Shirey.
Yeah, came up with some huge catches. Got a touchdown in the first half, 42-yard touchdown that gave Darlington the momentum going into the locker room, and then he had another huge catch late in the game that was contested. He pulled that down, set Darlington up with a first and goal around the 7-yard line. Just played a whale of a game. Jack Payne and him had chemistry all night. He also had a couple of tackles and a pass breakup as well on the defensive side of the ball. So, Mr. Shirey, have yourself some cupcakes. You had some competition tonight, but what a game.
Yep, and we'll just let you know in case you watch this after tonight that I will hand those off to Coach Atha when we do our pregame interview coming up on Thursday, and then hopefully you can have them in your hands maybe after practice coming up on Thursday. So congratulations to Talon Shirey. He is our third winner of the year this year. So far we've had Eli Thompson, Caleb Thompson, and Talon Shirey as our winners of the Honeymoon Bakery Icing on the Cake Player of the Game. Darlington Tigers winner tonight, 20-7 at home. They've won 2 in a row, moved of course the record to 2-1. They'll face Heritage coming up next week here at Chris Hunter Stadium. We're looking forward to that. And of course for the video crew, Dave Corbin and Joey also, and of course for Ian Griffin, I'm Matt Davis. Thanks for being here, man. It's been fun.
Oh yeah, absolutely, man. It was a ball.
Yeah, and of course for Stacy Norton, who gives us the stats. That is fantastic luxury that we really greatly appreciate. And for Lynn and Randy back in the studio, I know they're ready for us to be quiet and turn it over to them so they can get you ready for the Rome Orthopedic Center High School Football Scoreboard Show. And with that said, from Chris Hunter Stadium, so long, everybody. Have a great night. Congratulations to the Tigers. Nothing like a Tiger on a Friday night.
All right.